Welcome to Best Threesome Ever, a podcast discussing all things revolving around nerdy pop culture. Probably not what you were expecting, but it's just as fun. Now here are your hosts, Nick, Rob, and Kevin.
All right, here we go. Best Threesome Ever, episode 152, brought to you by Heroic Goods and Games and Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
I'm Kevin.
Yeah, there we go. There's that wonderful popping noise.
It was good, too, because I don't think Kevin saw it, but I definitely made like a jerky hand motion at him to be like, hey, you know what we're doing now, right?
I did not see it, but I didn't need it.
You heard it.
I can pick up on that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I heard the hand gesture. Yeah, so it's got some stuff to talk about, huh?
Oh, a couple things.
Yeah, a lot of fucking trailers that came out. Apparently, they want to drop a shit ton of trailers on us, but that's fine. And then Nerd Grabs, and then we'll have, at the end of this episode, we'll do a happy ending for Multitude of Madness. So if you have
Multitude of Madness.
That's right, Multitude of Madness. The Multiverse of Madness, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
No, PA Weird and the Multitude of Madness.
I was going to say Professor Bizarre.
The Mr. Strange PhD movie.
Oh,
Esquire the Third.
Right. We're going to do that at the end. So if you haven't seen it, don't listen to the end. And if you have seen it, listen to the end. So yeah, we'll do that. And where do you want to start? You want to start up with the gaming news?
Yeah, sure. So, it was announced last summer, but and the official release was like February, but only in the last couple of weeks, actually, have we seen the full-out release of Valve's Steam Deck, which is basically a mobile handheld version of Steam.
It holds like a Switch and plays like a PC.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
And it's interesting. I'm not much of a portable gamer. Like for the most part, I use my Switch in console mode.
Sure.
And I think that's maybe because the hand grips for the Switch are so tiny. And yes, I know you can get bigger grips, and I keep meaning to. I just keep not doing that. But I just like if I'm out and about, I'm not, pulling out a giant, portable gaming device because I'm not a kid. I don't take the bus anymore. I'm not slacking off at school. So
yeah, I use it. I play like little casuals in front of the TV when we're watching something that we've seen before.
And that's certainly fair because it does give you the chance to, hang out in the living room, watch something with your significant of, and still play a little bit of vid at the same time. So
yeah,
I will give it that.
Yeah. And I actually really like the amount of power it puts out, surprisingly. It does better than it should. But I imagine that the Steam Deck does even better than that. And I'm looking into it.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm sure Ian is thinking about getting one. So maybe we'll review it on AOI.
I was going to say, do you need a guest?
But he definitely did. I don't know if you've heard of this. He pre-ordered the Playdate.
The what?
So it's this weird handheld console that just has like these black and white pixelated graphics.
I have heard a little bit about this.
It's like this big yellow brick, and it has a hand crank on it. And the hand crank does things in the game.
Okay.
It is the weirdest thing ever. He got one. We're definitely going to do a whole segment on the games on AY. So I don't know. We'll see. It looks completely stupid and kind of awesome, and I can't wait.
So is the hand crank the only way to control things?
No, it has like regular controls too, but like buttons while doing the crank is like moving forward and backwards in the game because it's a lot of side scrollers and shit like that. But there's also like puzzle things that the crank does, and
sounds like carpal tunnel syndrome in a box.
It sounds like enough fishing simulators. That's what it sounds like.
And I don't know if I saw a fishing simulator.
I was going to say, like that's what I've heard is that it has a hand crank on the side and absolutely zero fishing simulators, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, seems kind of weird.
It feels like something that they should have. But
I got a discussion at work about somebody who's like, "Oh, I have an original Game Boy that that he said he bought. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, like the little mini one. I said, it's not the original. So it was I was like, I have an original. He's like, no. I said, yeah, I do. Literally the first gen.
The
Game
ones
Boy.
that can survive fucking napalm.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I think if I put batteries in, I think I could probably still play it.
It probably still works. Now, some of the games, like the batteries have gone bad after all these years. Save data has been lost, but you can pop them open and put in a new battery, and they'll last another 15 years or so. But
I didn't know they had batteries in them.
that's how they retain the save game.
Yeah.
News to me.
Do you happen to know? You're not gonna because you didn't know there were batteries in it.
I did not.
So, I guess I'll ask Kevin. Do you know what game had the first save feature, including a battery?
It was Legend of Zelda.
That's correct. Yeah.
No.
Come on.
But
yes,
I felt bad
It was-
asking you because I knew you knew the
it was
answer.
very innovative.
Interesting that it took that
And then
long.
Metroid followed suit shortly after.
Very specifically, Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo.
Yeah, for the NES.
The
Right.
original NES.
And it was complicated too. Like you had to hold the power and reset at the same time, and it was you had to go through some stuff to do it. But yeah,
Is that why old arcade games don't save fucking your high score?
Yeah, once they're unplugged, it's
Yeah, 'cause they
it's
don't have
gone
batteries.
because there's no batteries in them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was today's 2 years old when I fucking learned something about fucking video games.
learning something new every day. That's
yeah.
that's the goal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else there was. We just have a lot of trailers. I don't know if there's a lot of other news.
I will say briefly, and
Go
I
ahead.
told Nick this earlier. I have been keeping up with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial because it is pop culture. It is in the news.
Yeah.
It has been against my will, but I've still been keeping up with it.
Yeah.
Because my roommate is obsessed with it and watches it nonstop.
I admit, every time I see a video pop up, I scroll right past.
Amber Heard's lawyer is bad at her job.
Seems that way.
Is not good.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, Johnny Depp's is mediocre at best, but that's still
But it's
leagues
still-
above.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is definitely it, but California is a state where you do not have to go to law school to become a lawyer. You only need to pass the bar. So if you study yourself, go and take the bar, and you pass, you are a lawyer. So I'm not saying that's definitely it.
I will. That's definitely not it. That's definitely not it because I know where the trial is taking place. It's Maryland. Or Virginia. Sorry.
Virginia, I believe, is one as well.
Oh, is it?
Well, there's I believe 5 states.
Seems like you should probably go to school to become a lawyer.
I feel like that is true also, but apparently you don't have to really go to school to be the president, so
Yeah, it's a true story. You don't.
anything goes
Spicy
now.
political takes today.
Hot off the presses topical humor here.
I wonder. Well, I wonder to be the president if a college degree is required, but I wouldn't think so because I don't know that early presidents went
It's not.
to college.
No, there are 3 requirements.
You have to be
35 and older,
Yep.
born in the United States
Yep.
or on United States soil.
Yep.
Which includes army bases and military bases around the world.
Full rigorous erection. I don't remember what the third one.
The third one is
Man, if only we had some sort of device to look this up.
the third
I got
one
it.
is you can't serve more than 10 years as president.
Well, but I thought there was another one to become president.
And that's the thing. I'm thinking there is because I feel like that's got to be what I just said. Not incorrect, but not relevant. Look at it up.
You also have to have lived in the United States for at least 14 years.
That's it.
So
Before
Yep. So, I mean, even if you were born here and then went abroad, you still need 14 years minimum of living in U.S. soil.
Fucking.
yeah, there are 3 requirements to being president,
that's it.
none of them are useful, in my opinion.
I mean, I knew they were lax, but damn.
Yeah,
Be the fucking. Okay.
yeah. There's practically no requirement.
I think, just a personal thing. I think if you're going to serve as president, you need military experience. And I'm not talking about like fucking you were a cook. No offense to cooks in the military. Everybody in the military, I applaud. But just like practical combat experience. Because if you're going to be the commander-in-chief of the military, you should have some sort of military background.
The counterpoint to that argument is the commander-in-chief is very specifically a civilian position. And that's by design because the framers believed that having a career military person.
I didn't say career.
Not career, because a lot of our presidents have had military careers.
I'm not saying career. Right. I'm not saying they're a career military person. I'm just saying they had military experience. So if they did 18 to 21 and that was it, fine.
I understand that. The framers intended for it to be that they didn't want a military junta in office, essentially.
That doesn't make any sense. Our first president literally was a general of the entire fucking army.
Right. And at that time, we didn't have any term limit rules. He made them. Like his
right.
He did it with the fact in mind of like he was a civilian.
Yeah.
And while in office, and B, that he did not believe anyone should stay in that office for too long.
I think we're maybe agreeing on the same point, sort of. Like
Oh no, we're not. I absolutely disagree with you on the idea that the president must have military experience to join to become the president. I think that's absolutely insane. If they have a competent staff that can help him with the military, great. Or them with the military, great. I'm fine with that. Under no circumstances, though, do I believe that this country needs a military officer or former military person in the White House as a requirement, because that's...
But I mean, like even like an ROTC kind of a thing. No. I'm sort of in the middle of your guys' argument.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think it's necessary, but I certainly think it is helpful, especially when it comes to a lot of international diplomacy.
I can agree with that. I can agree that it is helpful. I do not believe it should ever be a requirement of the office, because that's opening the door to a military coup. Because, yes,
I think that's a little
George
overdramatic.
W. Bush had military experience.
Right, and President Washington was urged by his military subordinates to stay in office as long as he could.
Because they were his cabinet members.
Yeah. So the loyalty he had in the army...
Because he put people into the positions that they...
I also think it's unfair to qualify current presidents with anything before, like the Roosevelt changeover.
That's fair. And that's... it's weird. Sometimes I'm a little bit traditionalist on the Constitution. Most of the times I'm a wild progressive renewalist.
We're like, this sure is a 250-year-old document that isn't exactly relevant anymore.
Yeah. There are definitely parts of this that don't fucking make sense anymore. Somewhere between 1 and 3. Anyways.
Yeah.
This has been wildly off topic with best threesome ever.
Drink.
So that Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, crazy, right? And it wasn't me this time.
True story. Was there more you wanted to say about that? Other than
no, it is just it's been wildly hilarious, and
it's weird, and I have no opinion beyond. Boy, I hope they sure do figure some shit out for themselves.
My primary opinion is I would love to see this this same energy applied to the male abusers and liars. That would be stupendous. I think what Amber Heard did is very shitty, but like the vitriol that's being thrown at her is overboard. To be honest, and and we never see that kind of energy to anyone who is a male abuser. The closest we come is if they're black. So
know. Harvey Weinstein caught some serious shit. Though I believe he's an exception to the rule.
People
and even
make
then,
fun of him, but there's no memes, there's no murals, he's suffered no consequences.
I mean, he's in jail. That's a consequence.
But I mean, like, think about like everything he's done and received during this time. None of it's been removed. None of it's been
That's fair.
Like any of his Academy Awards, anything. It's he's in jail only because he got severely caught. Whereas this is everything we're experiencing with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. It's all hearsay. Nobody truly knows what happened. If she is truly in the right, or if she's an absolute liar, or what have you. So it's
Right.
we don't truly know. But I would sure like to see, the white male scumbag receive this same ire from the crowd.
Yeah. No, that's fair. By the way, to counterpoint your black argument, Bill Cosby got let out of prison. So
He's also 1,000 and blind, and
I don't. That's not my problem. Is that they vacated the sentence, like they exonerated him.
I didn't hear there was essentially an exoneration. I thought it was
the case was completely thrown out.
Get out of here.
Yeah, the case was completely thrown. It wasn't get out of here. It was basically, I'm sorry, Mr. Cosby. Like, that's what happened. It was thrown out on a technicality.
And that's true.
But,
I mean, take Chris Brown. He basically did to Rihanna what Amber Heard did, and allegedly. Or what Johnny
Depp did, allegedly.
And he has millions of plays every single day on every music app. So, God, fuck Chris Brown.
Yep.
But Rihanna's a precious being who I will love forever, no matter what.
No, that's fair. She had a kid.
She did. A very cute baby boy.
I haven't seen pictures. I also don't go out of my way to find those pictures.
This stuff shows up on my feed.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways. Nick, you want to come back to the conversation?
Trailers or something?
Trailers, yeah. That's where we were. Hey.
No, I don't know. We were just saying that there's not a lot of news. I was just going to move on to like what I've been watching or what we've been watching or whatever.
Oh, go ahead.
Recently saw the Chip and Dale movie.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
On Disney.
And for once, I haven't, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Kevin hasn't seen it yet.
It was delightful, to steal Rob's phrase. I thought it was...
Drink, but then spit it out?
Weird.
Yeah.
It's every... Like, if you watched Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers growing up, and you watched you've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and you enjoyed both of those, you will 9,000,000% enjoy Chip and Dale.
So, like, a quick 30 seconds on the movie for me. Chip and Dale is an excellent meta comedy about these guys who used to be on a TV show, and they get together to solve a crime, and shenanigans happen. And if you don't pay a ton of attention to the plot, but more so all of the fun little Easter eggs that are in the movie, I think you'll enjoy yourself a lot more. The plot is unfortunately thin.
Yes, it's very thin. And I don't know that it would draw in a new crowd for Chip and Dale, because I don't know if Chip and Dale has continued on since, or if they're trying to revive Chip and Dale. I don't know. I'm just in general.
Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah, there's a lot of that singing in the
There is.
Oh, is there good?
Yeah,
Good.
including the end.
Oh, the
they're
end
like,
credit.
They're like, now we're gonna play the
from start to end. It's fucking meta as shit.
This is the part where they
get an
if this was a movie, they get an artist who can redo it in a totally hip hop way, but you just want to hear the original tune, but you don't get to hear it, and so they play this hip hop.
And then Post Malone does his version of Chip and Dale.
Sure does.
It's not bad, actually. It's not terrible.
I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
Well, it's just like one character that I thought was like, but Gidget. Nah, not Monterey Jack.
386.
I can't believe that was Keith Urban though.
Was it really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
As Monterey Jack?
or Carl Urban.
Nope.
No.
Eric Bana.
Or Eric Bana. Sorry, yeah.
Eric Bana makes way more sense and is way
Yes.
more fun.
Eric Bana. Yes, sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was Eric Bana as money.
Perfect.
It is.
He's
And
perfect.
of course,
It's a pretty pitch perfect.
J.K. Simmons is in there. Just fucking
He is.
doing his fucking.
Seth Rogen is that dwarf.
Oh.
I'm very excited about.
Oh, he's not just the dwarf.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's even better then.
Yeah, that if I were to pick the most meta scene in the movie, it might be that one.
Over the. Really? The blue,
Yeah.
Over the blue guy?
Yes, over the blue guy.
Wow.
Over the blue guy.
Okay.
That's very meta, but that's not 4 different Seth Rogen animated characters.
Are we talking about where they went to Sega Studios and said, "Hey, since you're not using
Ugly Sonic?
this old Sonic the Hedgehog, basically design that is still there and exists, can we borrow it for something stupid?" And they're
Yes.
like, "Yeah, go for it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally call him Ugly Sonic.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
they literally call him Ugly Sonic, and oh my god, he
Please
has
tell me it's still Ben Schwartz.
no,
That I don't know.
Ruined.
no, it is not. But Ugly Sonic has
Such a good boy.
fucking plot line in the movie, which is upsetting.
Yeah. But,
Awesome.
yeah, if you're looking for something to watch, and have
Oh, I recommend it. Absolutely.
a couple hours of fun and enjoyment, on a cold night or something, whatever.
No, go out of your way to watch it. Your next movie night, sit down and watch this. This is it's totally worth
If they
it.
didn't like Chippendales Rescue Rangers, they're not
No, I
gonna-
don't think that has anything to do. I don't think
No,
you
They
need
won't get
to
the
like.
humor.
It's Tim Robinson, who is a very prolific voice actor.
Yes.
And he could pull it off, but I'm
Yeah.
sad it's not Ben.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But no, it is a solid. It is a worthy successor, in my opinion, to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Maybe. I mean, they definitely tried. It wasn't as innovative as Roger Rabbit was, or
I would thoroughly disagree. Actually,
really.
yeah. You know what Roger Rabbit didn't have,
The only thing they didn't do is like go to Toontown,
but they did.
didn't they?
Is Gadget not in this movie?
Gadget's
it.
in the movie.
She's in it.
Okay,
Yep.
so I wasn't
So
seeing
is
her.
Zipper.
I wasn't seeing her in the voice list, and I was getting.
Oh yeah,
concerned.
it is Tress MacNeil still.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yes, Gadget and Zipper are in this movie, and that was uncomfortable.
It's weird. And the villain in this was not nearly as good as Christopher Lloyd's villain.
Oh no, I disagree. I think it was very, very good.
Christopher Lloyd's villain was way better.
Oh my god. Okay, I have to stop looking at this list because I just saw a really cool cameo. That Scrooge McDuck is in it.
Yeah.
and that he's played by David Tennant.
Yeah,
Awesome.
very briefly. Like
Like I said, I'm sure it's a cameo who's very far down on the list.
There's a ton of cameos in this
I'm
thing.
sure.
Like every Disney property is in this thing. It's pretty funny.
but a number of properties that are not Disney.
Yeah, that too. But they show on the Disney Channel.
Are you okay with me telling you one?
Sure.
Stan Marsh.
Weird. I love it.
Yeah.
It's fucking strange. Like, and it's a blink and you'll miss it. But like, he's fucking like. They definitely stopped the camera on him and they're like, "Look who
'Cause they're-
Disney Legal found for us."
They're Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that all Paramount has going for them right now is Star Trek and South Park. So.
I know. No, Disney Legal pulled some fucking miracles out of their asses for this movie.
I'm sure they threw Disney money at it.
Oh yeah, well, probably that too. But
Probably. They're like, we need to borrow a character. Like, you can have Stan Marsh.
the Coca-Cola polar bear is in this fucking movie.
Sure is.
Well, Disney has had a long
They sure have.
partnership with Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It's the only pop brand you'll find on Disney property. You will not find Pepsi anywhere, even at
that's
the
fair.
gas stations.
That's
right. Because fuck Pepsi, I guess.
I like Pepsi.
Well,
I like Pepsi, too. I'm saying like Disney saying fuck Pepsi.
Yeah.
I love Pepsi over Coke. Unless if it's cherry, then I like cherry Coke over cherry Pepsi.
I don't know if the
Cherry Pepsi's better than Cherry Coke.
That's correct.
But I think, but Coke, so, and especially when it comes to the zeros,
I don't
Coke
drink the
Zero is
zeros.
better than Pepsi Zero. But Cherry Pepsi Zero is better than Cherry Coke Zero. These are scientific facts.
All right. I don't drink the zeros, so I don't know.
And I'm currently drinking the lesser nuclear green soda. Because that's mellow yellow, in case you were wondering.
There you go.
I like mellow yellow.
It's
I like
the
it on
lesser.
occasion.
It is the lesser, but sometimes
Some crimes.
it hits just right.
Since we were on Chippendale.
Although I do like Sprite over 7-Up.
I think that's
well,
reasonable.
7-Up is independent.
Yeah.
Really?
It's yeah.
Yeah, 7-Up Dr. Pepper.
Sierra Mist is the Pepsi,
Pepsi brand.
Sierra Mist
thought-
is ass.
But I thought 7-Up was still bottled at Pepsi Cola.
They have a loose partnership.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think I like 7-Up better than Sprite.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I like Sprite over. They only make cherry 7-Up, which is sad. I don't like cherry Sprite. Anyways. The other thing I was watching, and not that it has to be about me, you guys can talk about what you're watching too, was the 3rd season of Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah,
And it's
very excited to watch it.
It is, like I said before to these, like I said to these guys before we started. It's not as good as season 1, but for me, I like it better than season 2. And there are
Season 2 is short.
very short. And there were my very favorite one. I'll just say the title of it is The Mini Night of the Living Dead. And it is so fucking hilarious. It's maybe 3 minutes, and it's just fucking, you laugh for 3 minutes. And it's
Just fucking.
yeah, it's pretty goddamn hilarious. And but there's some other good ones, and the voice credits in this one is of course off the charts. And
Yeah, they get some pulls for that series.
yeah, there's not one that's as like in past seasons. There's been like a couple episodes where you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? There's not really one of those in this one. They're kind of like, okay, it's in like an anime movie. It's kind of weird, but all right. That one was kind of psycho and like, what the fuck? But okay. Maybe there's one that's a little weird, but anyways, it's very enjoyable. So if you like the first 2 seasons, watch the 3rd season. I highly recommend them. And I also finished, I think I said this before, but I did finish the Last Kingdom.
Oh, nice.
Last Kingdom, yeah. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
You had not mentioned this.
Oh, yeah.
You had mentioned you were watching. You didn't mention you had finished.
Yeah,
it.
you'd said you were in like season 4 last I heard.
Yeah. I finished it.
Decent ending.
Very good ending.
Yeah,
Very like, all right.
I was satisfied.
And now they're going to make a movie. I'm like, what do you got to explain? I'm perfectly happy with this. Don't fucking ruin the happy. Which I'm sure they will in the movie. I don't know.
mean, have you met Uhtred?
I have. But it's
Just so pretty.
But of
Yeah,
course, me being
he's just so pretty. You have to
very-
make his life awful.
he is very pretty. Of course, I had to read about. I'm like, is this really based on history? And it kind of is very loosely based.
A little. Well, a lot of the things besides Uhtred,
Yeah.
are fairly close to what
Yes.
happened. It's just Uhtred they took back in time about 100 years.
Yeah.
And the guy who created it is a descendant of his, and that's where he
The
became
real Uhtred.
That's where he became interested in Uhtred.
Yeah, the real Uhtred, who was the kind of a wealthy man, the fair-to-do guy.
So yeah, they kind of took him and they pushed him back a little bit and gave him the story of kind of somebody else, but
Yeah.
but
But it was.
okay.
Oh, I was gonna say it's very, very enjoyable. Like I said before, for me it was like, if you want to see an actor grow from season to season to season, the guy that plays him, I can't think of his name.
Alexander Draymond.
Thank you. Has some acting credits prior to this, but you just
Not
see him
many.
grow immensely through the entire season and just become better and better and better. And of course, as I got into season 5, my prediction came true. New season, new tunic for Uhtred.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. Every season he gets a new tunic. And so I found that enjoyable. His daughter was amazing. I mean, it was just all so fucking good. And and him and what's her name?
No spoilers.
No spoilers. The struggle between him and the love-hate relationship between him and
Rita.
Rita. Oh, and she is so good too.
She is so good.
So fucking good.
She deserves award nominations for that
And
because her
entire
entire story arc is just
the first father is Professor Quirrell. The guy with the big
Oh
ears.
yeah, Father Bayoka.
Yep. Professor Quirrell.
Ian Hart.
Yeah, I was like, that's great. And all of them were good. It was so good. My favorite guy is his Irish companion friend. I'm like,
And we were like, if he dies, I will kill everyone in the world.
Right.
Yeah, he's the Daryl of the Last Kingdom. You cannot kill him.
Arguably prettier than Uhtred.
It's because he's
Not shaved Uhtred.
yeah.
That's a good
Shaved,
point.
clean cut Uhtred is beautiful.
Right, because I was really mad that they killed the guy before him. I liked him too,
Same.
and then he killed him.
But he went out like a rock star.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
And then they brought in this guy. I'm like, okay, I'm still mad you killed him, but I like this guy. And there's a couple times like, fuck, he's gonna die, and I'm gonna be sad.
He just kept coming through.
God, it's so good.
No, that show had a tendency to kill off the sweet baby beans, and
It's true.
fuck, man, that was rough. Every time, anytime a new sweet baby bean came up, I'm like, all right, let's add him to the hit list.
It was like
Let's see how long this one lasts.
it was kind of like
Sure enough, season fucking 5.
I'm not trying to say anything against the writing or anything about the production value of this show, but it's kind of like a poor man's version of Game of Thrones.
No, I can get behind that. Like
Not like a poor man's version,
I don't
but
know
like
if poor man's version is the right phrase,
discount store version. No,
No, I think the production levels or the production values of Last Kingdom were on par
there was
with
things
Game
that
of Thrones.
could have done better. Like when they bring their army and it's like 50 guys. I'm like, where's the rest of your fucking army? You said you brought thousands of men. Where like in Game of Thrones, they had what looked to be way more people.
Well, yeah, they had the CG budget for that.
Right, but so does Netflix. Netflix has got budget. Fucking CGI some more people in there. Yeah. I'm just saying, like those little things. But
I never found the production values wanting.
No, not at all. I just other than I was like, where's the rest of your army? But other than that,
I will say I liked it better than Vikings.
Never watched.
That's fair.
I watch Vikings.
Vikings is a lot cooler everywhere else in the world, but kind of sucks in America because
Okay.
we get an edited version because it was on the History Channel.
Boo.
B's are in the European versions.
Right.
But like this one, I don't know. I found it a little more compelling,
Right.
Even though it was roughly the same stories.
Yeah.
Right.
This one just kind of held me
Right.
more.
And I researched Vikings a little bit more. I'm like, why are the Danes? Were Vikings really Danish? And then I did a bunch of history reading about fucking Vikings. Like, oh, yeah, fucking
Yes,
yeah.
they were.
I didn't know that. I always
There
associated.
were a couple different
Right.
Viking.
I was associated Vikings
Tribes
with
isn't
like
the right word,
you
but-
know, Norway, Sweden,
Factions?
Iceland.
Yeah, better, and they're certainly were there too. And
Clans.
it seems like
Clans might be the right word.
The Danish Vikings hated and were hated by every other
Right.
kind of Viking.
Right. And so, yeah. You guys been watching anything? Sorry, I took up a little bit.
No, you're fine.
No, because my lady type has been out of town for a month. The only thing we have caught up on is Strange New Worlds.
Okay.
That's all we kind of had time for. But goddamn,
yeah.
oh goddamn,
Is it
Yeah.
good?
is that show good?
It's so good.
It is so good.
So very good.
Since we're on the conversation of Star Trek, and we have not talked about this since the last time we spoke, Picard ended.
Picard ended.
Boy,
I love that Allison Pill.
that Allison Pill is just excellent.
And I got a little misty eyed
Yeah,
with
Q?
with Picard and Q.
I kind of felt like the whole season was leading up to this idea of, but we're friends.
And a cute ass little hug.
Right?
Was it shoehorned? Yes.
I was gonna say.
Was it a tight way to wrap up a couple of loose thread storylines? Yes. Did I still enjoy the shit out of Will Wheaton's Traveler cameo? Yes. It was awesome. Fuck you if you disagree.
Which is funny because 2 episodes ago we talked about that Will Wheaton supposedly wasn't going to be in it.
They were keeping it close to the chest, and God bless them for it.
Well, I actually just recently listened to that episode, and like we were talking about, it's real sad that Will Wheaton isn't going to join the cast for season 3. He deserves it at this point. We didn't fucking know. We didn't know they had already made a plan for him, and fuck, it was good. I loved.
I was wondering if when I was watching Picard, at some point, even maybe to get him home, that the travelers were going to be brought in, if it was going to be him or the other girl that he shanghaied into being a traveler with him. He didn't really Shanghai her, but that one episode where she became a traveler.
In TNG.
Yeah. Because I'm like, they got to do something. They got to whatever. But yes, Strange New Worlds is fucking.
It's so good,
and
it's
to have
so good, and it's it's a serial series, so it's kind of like there is sort of a gentle overarching plot. But for the most part, it's just a new planet, new fun each week, and
Planet of the Week style Star Trek.
And it's been a pleasure, and it's gay as hell, and
Pike is wonderful. You know what I can't? You know what I can't stand?
He is.
You know what I can't stand? And I can't stop paying attention to fucking Spock's hair. What the fuck is wrong with his hair?
They cannot.
There's a thing.
It's a little different every week, and his sideburns are fucking goofy as hell, and his nose is too small.
But like in the back, like do you notice there's like a little
he's got like a little cowlick thing going on?
Yeah, like
and as a person with severe cowlicks, like on the back of my head and on my neck, as I call the hurricane, because right on my neck, my hair grows in like a little swirl.
Weird.
It's very annoying to shave.
Right, I can imagine.
I believe that.
But don't.
And now
don't
I
think of
can't
me as
stop
like a neck
looking
beard.
at it.
Right? I can grow a beautiful full beard.
You can.
But no, it's God. It's we find some stuff about number one that is that is new and interesting, and definitely lays on the whole having predetermined prejudices is bad. The thing that Star Trek's been pumping since the beginning, and
and not even and
weird
something about their security officer,
and something about their security officer.
That was wow. Okay,
yeah,
I didn't. All right,
yep. And what's interesting is it's before the thaw,
right?
So she has no idea he is still around.
Correct.
Nope.
You'll find out.
Nope.
It's not Captain America. It's not Captain America.
No. He said before the thaw in relation to Star Trek. That usually only means one character.
Right. That's true.
I assume I'm right.
Probably.
No. Oh.
Anyways,
Are you lying to me?
No.
Yeah. It's good. It's
good.
So good.
It's good.
They got good chemistry, and like the girl, the lady, female person that they had to play Uhura, she is like could be a very young Nichelle Nichols, very much.
She has a very short hairstyle instead of the beehive,
the bouffant.
Yeah, her big ass hair.
Yeah,
but she is very charming.
Yes.
And had a really fun plot point in the most recent episode.
Yeah, we find out how she's so good at what she does.
Well, that was episode 2. This one was yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one was her first away mission, and they brought in the fact that she is a very accomplished singer, and that was nice.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. It was
because Uhura was singing all the time in the original series.
So good, so good.
Because Nichelle Nichols' voice was fucking
pure honey.
Pure honey.
Yeah, they don't shy away with that in this one. So it's,
I wanted to counter your pure honey with something like sweet molasses, and then I was like, I don't feel good about that, and I don't know why.
Anything else before we move on to trailers? We have a shit ton of trailers to get through.
A shit ton
All
of
right,
trailers.
so let's get into them.
Let's do it, baby.
Come on.
The Resident
Rapid
Evil,
fire.
Well, some of them are not going to be rapid fire. Some of them can be.
Okay.
For the first one, Resident Evil series on Netflix got a very quick
but cool looking trailer.
Yes, very
cool looking trailer.
Didn't see it. Next.
I'm excited for it, but I'm always excited for Resident Evil shit, and even if it sucks, I still enjoy it because it's Resident Evil, and who cares? Like that movie that just came out was not good, but I enjoyed it still because it stuck pretty close to Resident Evil 1 and 2, and it was fun, and
it looks like they're going to stick with that same thing because it's Raccoon City, and it looks like the same Raccoon City that was in the movie, or similar anyway.
No, because it also went somewhere else, and it went like full like future post-apocalyptic, like 20, 30 years in the future.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's doing something new and weird and interesting.
But it looks like
started out in the Raccoon City, but then it went to like here's how shit got fucked.
Yeah. But it looks like it was still kind of at least loosely. Maybe we'll find out. I'm sure connected to the movies.
Yeah,
which I would hope they would do, because how could you not?
Well, it's connected to the video games. I don't think it's connected to the movies.
Okay, that would make maybe that's what I was trying to say. Yes. So, anyways, because the first movie had a lot of really good scenes from the first game, first game.
The first movie had almost nothing from the games.
Well, the house in the middle of
other than that house which they spent 2 seconds in, and the rest was in the hive, which is the underground thing is from the first game, but like not a lot of imagery from the first game. None of the characters are from any of the games.
No, but had Michelle Rodriguez in it, and that made Nick very happy.
It sure did. She was great. Rain was her name.
Yes, it was. That's why I named my bike Rain.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. My first bike. Now I have a second bike. Motorcycle, anyways. House of Dragons. Got a little.
We did get a little
something.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be. I love Matt Smith, and seeing him as this prissy little blonde is just
going to be fun.
I'm here for Matt Smith in anything. Although there's a selfish part of me that wants it to fail. Because I want him to come back for the Diamond Anniversary.
I know, but also like he's been in a lot of stuff that hasn't been very good lately.
Yeah,
like the Terminator he was in wasn't very good.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Morbid Time wasn't very good, but I enjoyed portions of. He's had kind of a string of mediocre luck, and I want him to.
I do too. I want him to succeed, and I hope he gets a little bit more. But
he's an incredibly good boy.
That still doesn't change the fact that I absolutely want him to still come back for the Doctor Who Diamond celebration.
Sure.
And I want that. I want that for him.
He can do both.
That's the other thing. I hope his schedule works, that he can go and do.
Well, luckily, I think they're both filmed.
We didn't get to that.
That's what I was about to ask. Have we talked about the new Doctor?
We haven't.
I don't think so.
Okay, so have you seen Sex Education yet?
It's on my list.
It's so good.
So good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
The best friend in that show is played by a Nigerian-born actor named Nkuti Gawa. Mm-hmm. And I hope I pronounced that right.
I believe you did.
I think I did, but I'm not certain.
And he is
Anyways.
Fantastic. He can pull emotions out that you never expected.
Kid has chops beyond his years.
His range is incredible, and he is so gay.
The character is. I don't believe Kuti Gatwa said so publicly. Anyways, if he is, then great. But like every time I've looked, like. Because
so he's the new doctor. So he's the new doctor.
Yes, he's Nkuti Gawa is the new doctor. Nkuti Gatwa, sorry, is the new doctor, and he is black and beautiful, and I'm so here for it. And he's going to have scripts written by Russell T Davies, which say what you want about the first couple seasons of Doctor Who, New Who, but like. He brought more progressive ideas to that show than any other creator. The rest of them just sort of rode his coattails, and it turns out they aren't long enough to reach Chibnall.
And what really depresses me is I really liked Whittaker as
Jodie,
the doctor.
Jodie plays a great doctor,
but she had such a subpar writing team.
Yeah.
That her episodes were uninteresting.
Yeah.
And she deserved a lot better.
She did.
We'll see with this last season.
The last couple, like, she's just doing some specials at this point.
I thought there was still one more season.
Nah,
or did they just finish up the third?
They just finished up the third, and now they're doing the David Tennant exit.
Okay, and then because they had the pirate ship one, which I heard wasn't great either.
Yep, the way I understand it, it wasn't great. And I mean, I felt like the writing was on the wall when they pulled the Colin Baker move, where they turned a whole season into one serialized story, like heavily serialized story, and named it something.
Sure.
Which is what they did for Colin Baker's last season, The Trial of a Time Lord. By the way, don't ever watch that. It's shit.
I don't think I have, and now I feel like I have to.
You might have to, but it's also shit.
I have to witness the shit.
It is absolute hot. Like, it is hot garbage for even old original 70s, 80s Who. And there's some hot garbage in there.
So anyway, House of the Dragon.
Well, but we didn't talk about Doctor Who, and like more,
and we needed to touch base on that.
We do, and you missed one other thing, which is that the 60th anniversary is coming up in 2023.
Yep.
And they have confirmed that David Tennant and Catherine Tate are coming back.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So I'm very excited.
Donna Noble.
Donna Noble, yeah. And I'm very curious as to where they're going to pull them from the timeline.
Me too.
No idea. I really hope it's not Mind Wipe Donna, because that would just be sad.
Well, I feel like they couldn't, because Mind Wipe Donna goes nuclear if she remembers too much.
Yeah.
So I think they'll probably pull from.
They got to pull from before that.
Yeah, which will be interesting because they're a couple years older.
They are. Although, like, I don't feel like Catherine Tate's changed that
She
much.
really hasn't.
And David Tennant is still fucking... I hate that man. It's been nearly 20 years, and that man still looks real good.
I don't know.
He's filled out a little.
I really can tell a difference, like between like Bad Omens, David Tennant, and Doctor Who, David Tennant.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a difference, but like did you saw the 50th, right?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, like. That was his fucking suit. That wasn't a new costume piece.
It was a little snug.
It was a little snug. But like, it wasn't a new costume piece. It was his suit. Like the one he took home from the set. And like Stephen Moffat called him and went, "Hey, do you still fit into it?" And he's like, "Yep. Barely, but yep." And that's the suit he did that entire episode in.
Just as long as they replace him back at the exact same time that they took him out of the timeline.
I mean, they
everything
do
will be
every
fine.
time.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was the thing.
That's how it, and they did that for the 50th, and they were like, "Well, you won't really remember any of this happening." And because there was also Tom Baker, who had just the best cameo.
Oh, so good.
Who knows?
It was, but it, like, if you've ever watched old Who, like, especially Tom Baker old Who, like, that was spot on. I don't actually like old Who. I don't think it's good. It's really tough to watch.
It's super tough to watch. Of the old Who I like, Tom Baker has the highest percentage of enjoyable old Who episodes.
I agree with you.
Davidson having the least, because fuck him in hell.
Okay, like, ignoring his stupid bullshit, bullshit.
Even before I found out he was a piece of shit, when I found out he was kind of a piece of shit, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. He sucks.
I don't know. I thought some of his episodes were pretty good, but like I also think the reason that Tom Baker has the highest percentage of good Doctor Who episodes is because he also has the highest percentage of Doctor Who episodes. Guy played the character for 7 years. Like, actually, no, 9 years, 7 series.
How you liking this Doctor Who conversation? Nick, good? Or?
It's fine. It's great.
Yep.
Gotta get it out.
Do you give a shit at all? Should we toss you like a caffeine pill to
No,
stay
it's
awake?
fine.
All right.
It's all good.
We can also, I think we can move on. So what's next?
Real quick, for the Diamond, I really hope they bring back Capaldi too. He's great. I thought he was a great doctor. I want them to bring back Capaldi.
Come back, Eccleston. You know you want it.
I will hold hope for that for the rest of my life. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Just do it, you angry, lovely man.
I know he's developed a better relationship with the series in recent years. So maybe. And with Russell being back, maybe he'll jump up. Because I know his problem was Stephen Moffat. His problem wasn't Russell T. Davies. His problem was Stephen Moffat. So I'm hoping. But anyways, we can move on now. Sorry, Nick.
It's all right. We need to talk about it, so no, it's fine. Prey. We got a little very short.
Very short. But
I still don't.
It looks neat.
Intriguing?
Yeah. Okay, so hang on.
They have a bow and arrow, and he's got his fucking laser. How is this going to work? How is that even fair?
Okay, so
the whole hunt thing is that he's hunting
time out.
the predators.
Whoop. Hold on. I think.
You just talked a lot. Let Nick say his thing.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I was just.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
The whole thing with the predators is they choose prey that is equal to them, or it will be a challenge. I don't see how they can make a challenge out of people with bows and arrows. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh.
I can't wrap my head around that one. I mean, maybe it'll prove me wrong. The last one was actually enjoyable. It was fun because they made it completely like a joke of itself, but it was fun. Whatever one that one, Predators or Predator.
Is that the Adrian Brody one or the one after that?
No, the one with the one where not the Adrian Brody one. The one where it's just like the one predator, and they get him in the thing.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's got a pretty good cast, and like the four. It's got the Punisher,
The good Punisher, the bad Punisher, Thomas Jane. It's
got Thomas Jane, and he's a crazy.
The Predator.
But I did see that with Lee, so maybe that's what made it so enjoyable.
That might be it.
But I still think it was fun. Anyways, I can't wrap my head around this. How the
Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
So
Alfie Allen
in The Predator.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fun.
So
you were gonna say?
I was gonna say, and originally it was a much more fiery discussion on the idea, but I'm going to pull that back because I don't think that's fair. But so I'm going to just give you some movies here.
Sure.
And see if you see what their connection to Prey would be.
Okay.
Black Panther, Shang-Chi, Mortal Kombat, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Get Out. These are all POC-centered films. And I think that's the important part of Prey, is that it's a film that's centering on indigenous people.
Okay.
Which I think is a big deal at this point, because we don't have those.
Right. And
sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off.
That's fine. Go ahead.
It's an indigenous people's action film, which is definitely something I've never seen.
Right, and I don't have a problem with that. I just have a problem with the concept. It doesn't. It's like. It's like if the Predator went back to like Egyptian times and the whole thing is he's hunting humans. Mm-hmm. Well, he needs humans that will put up a fight.
And I'm sure the story will figure out some way to get around it.
And it's nothing against the indigenous people. It's against the primitive nature of the timeline that they chose, which is.
And like I said, I'm sure they'll figure out something to get around that.
Well, maybe.
I hope they do.
I hope they do too, because it'll be sad if they don't.
I'm wondering if maybe he was just the story will be the Predator was just scoping out the planet for viability of being a predator, but then shit went wrong with his ship and he crashed. And now that he's here, he's gonna now that he's here, well, might as well.
I would be okay if the Predator goes, hey, to make this more even, I will get rid of my technology. And, I would be okay with that.
Predator's got to pred it.
I know. Got to prey on the prey.
I hated every word in that sentence.
Anyways, yeah, so it was a good 10-second little teaser. But
so Harvey Weinstein. Sorry.
The Boys, we got the...
A new trailer for The Boys, yeah.
Sure did. Good on Amazon to put the little smiley face Amazon logo right over Homelander's face to make it look like an old-timey mustache.
It was pretty great.
That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, that was okay. All right. I'm sure it was not intentional. Maybe it was. I don't know. But anyways, of course, it looks awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then now it seems they have a little combative fight back power where they have a pill that makes them a super for 24 hours.
Yeah, but what are the drawbacks going to be to that?
I don't know, but I can't wait to fucking find out.
I don't know either, but I bet it's integral to the plot.
And I'm sure it's something where, taking it makes you a little insane, like the ex-kryptonite and shit.
Yeah.
What was that movie where they had wasn't there just a movie with Jamie Foxx where they took a pill and it made him
Yes.
It drew out a characteristic for
It was
Dave.
Jamie Foxx and someone else too. It's like a fairly large name.
But was it based off a Marvel thing or no?
No, it was its own thing. But it was
But also the adorable beatboxing preteen.
Yes. Yes. It was like
Was that Jake Gyllenhaal?
I don't think it was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is. And it makes them like a super person, but then they like explode or something.
Well, if that's their if that's their thing,
Right.
but yeah, and it's all like animal based.
Yes. Which was cool.
Like his was like the pistol shrimp.
Right. Which people don't realize how the slap of the pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Creates a heat hotter than the fucking sun. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cool. And it was a very there was a lot of ingenuity in thinking up the the whole how do we give people powers in a quasi realistic way.
Right.
But yes, it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the boys looks. I can't wait for it. I mean, the first couple seasons were great too.
So I didn't see the trailer. Did they show any Soldier Boy?
Yes.
Yes,
They did. Okay, cool.
And our boy Butcher takes the pill and gets some Homelander laser beams.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I've seen that little bit.
Okay.
But
Right, and then another character they brought in, the new character they were introducing also.
Yeah, with what's her face from Walking Dead?
Yeah, her.
Crimson Dynamo or something like that. I don't remember.
Laurie Holden.
Yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah,
love Laurie Holden.
It'll be. I can't wait for
Yeah,
it.
I'm stoked.
I'm stoked. Other thing I'm stoked for, the Orville. Got a nice long trailer for the Orville.
I haven't watched the new trailer yet. I've only watched the Star Wars one.
It's not as exciting as that, but it expands on more of what's going on and how they're.
The war with the what's their faces.
Yep, and that's still a thing in the.
It's been so long. I might have to rewatch it because it's been like 4 years since the last.
Yeah, it's a true
since
story.
the last season finale.
And they're fun. It seems like they still have their humor and funny, and everybody's back. And yeah, it looks good. I'll definitely fucking watch it. The Cylons, who are the bad guys? Not the Cylons.
They're not the Cylons, but they're not
The Klingons.
They're not the Cylons, nor are they not the Cybermen.
Right.
Angry Data.
Angry Data.
Dope.
So it looks like that's still going on. They got an improved ship, but I'm wondering if anything is going to happen with how they left the last season with that they mind washed Kelly, but she really went back and was still didn't get on that date with, which fucked up their future. So I wonder if that's.
I don't remember any of this. I got to go back and watch it.
I didn't like the final episode. It was that. I didn't like it. I don't like it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, where she didn't call him back, or she didn't answer the phone after the date.
Oh, okay. Now this is starting to.
And somehow that changed drastically changed the whole future.
Right. Yeah, that does ring a bell. Okay.
Yeah. So, there we go. What else we got? You wanted to talk about this one, Kevin. I was like,
Yeah.
The Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
So they're doing a 2-parter movie for what I think is going to be the last Mission Impossible movies.
Finally.
You know what, both of you, I like these movies.
You can enjoy them.
They hold up surprisingly well.
They do.
Like we watched like all of them a few months ago. Like we went through I think from 3 on.
Jesus. I don't remember the last one I saw. I think the last one I saw with Jeremy Renner was in it.
That was one of the more recent ones.
Like he jumped out a fucking window or something, and they're hanging on to the side of the.
I still feel like that doesn't narrow
The
it
most
down, though.
recent one was Henry Cavill.
I did not see that one. I see parts of that.
That was the one where he reloaded his arms.
I did not see that
Where
one.
he has his arms up and he goes.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody just went, "Oh my! Hello, Mr. Cavill. I'm ready for my close-up."
Right.
Is that the one where he had to have that stupid mustache?
Correct. That was the
Awesome.
one where they ruined Justice League because of his stupid mustache. But yeah, it was. I liked it, and these now that they've brought the his not wife, ex-wife into the fold, and now she's kind of a super spy too. So
now, I do know Tom Cruise is still doing his own fucking stunts because apparently there's a stunt where he's hanging on to the side of a fucking plane, and apparently he really hung on to the side of the fucking plane when it took off. I mean, he's like strapped in and stuff, but he's on the side of a fucking plane as it took off.
And I think that's what kind of impresses me about it is they're a little insane, and he's a little insane, and they're fun to watch. They're great popcorn movies.
Nope.
I'll be watching it.
Nope.
They're dumb and fun, and I'm excited.
Maybe someday when I have like
Day and a half to
nothing really better to do other than do nothing. But I'd rather do something else. I'd rather do nothing and watch these movies. Maybe I'll give them a shot. But I lost interest in them. I like the first few.
And I get it. I'm not arguing with you. Like I will never say, "Oh, you have to." No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say they're fun. They hold up surprisingly well, and I enjoy the insanity.
Right.
And if you don't, I respect you.
All right. Well, I respect that you are still going to go out and see it. Umbrella Academy. Although for some reason I feel like I didn't see this trailer, but I feel like I did. I don't remember.
I missed the trailer.
I don't think I watched the trailer either.
No.
But apparently it exists.
Oh, then I guess we'll have to talk about that one next time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We keep up with the times here at B3.
Sure do. I'm going to get this out of my system real quick. I chose not to sing another rousing chorus of Tom Cruise's clout continues to obfuscate his ties to a cult. Anyways.
Well,
Yeah.
He's baby Jesus in Scientology, so really. Maybe he's baby Jesus plus now? I don't know. Anyways.
Probably he's premium baby Jesus.
Do you have any sparkling waters in your fridge yet, or do you still hate me?
I'm sorry. Sprite.
No,
I can't do.
Sorry.
I can't do drinks with calories.
I haven't had a Sprite. I'm
sorry, man.
There's a beer. And some.
That's worse.
I know. Sorry, buddy. I'll get you some sparkling waters. Well, I hate myself too because I shouldn't be drinking soda, period, but I continue to fucking drink it. Let's get to the good. Let's get to the good trailers.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Holy fuck! It looks so good.
We got some Bruce Banner. We got. It looks like they're. He's training her, and it looks like he's explaining. Kind of what's going on. So it looks like they might be sticking kind of close to the blood infusion thing.
Yeah.
He talks about something about it's in our family, related somehow.
Like it feels like they're suggesting that yes, gamma radiation, but also there's a genetic trait within the Banner family,
and they did that in the Banner Hulk 2. Where like the reason why it worked on him is because he had that
like there's a specific chromosome that
so that's something they've always kind of worked with, and why the Captain America super soldier serum turned him into a Hulk is because that was just in his DNA. So,
but I'm curious timeline wise because he's still Hulk Banner and he does not have the sling on, so it has to be right before.
I think it's right after.
No, I think it's current to the timeline. Yeah. It's going to be after Multiverse of Madness and after all those. Hulk heals, and I think it took a while, but he's all good now.
But so because of his Hulkness that he heals because Thanos wasn't healing, and so Hulkness heals. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Because his arm was in the sling.
And, like, if it had been any other injury, he would have been healed before he even powered down. But because that was such a galactic, gamma radiation involved injury, it just took longer. But I think it still takes place after.
And Shang-Chi, his arm was still in the sling.
Yeah, and this takes place after that. But it still looked like it looked better.
But wait, no, he was Banner in Shang-Chi.
He was Banner in Shang-Chi.
That's a good point. So I don't know if this tracks as well as we want it to.
I mean, I hope it doesn't.
I'm sticking to my opinion.
All right.
No, that's,
I hope you're right because I don't want it to be. I don't want to go back and.
I don't either, and that's why I'm sticking my guns. And he healed.
Like if he can change into Professor Hulk at will, I'm okay with that. That doesn't mesh up with the comics, but then like
But the fact
I don't
that
expect that anymore.
The fact that he can be Bruce or Professor Hulk means it has to take place after, because he didn't do that before. He was specifically Professor Hulk and Professor Hulk only.
Right. And
Yeah.
maybe this will explain how he gets back to Banner.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll do that.
back to Banner. Back to Banner. That's terrible.
But then it wouldn't
and I
explain why his
apologize.
arm was still in the fucking. I don't know. I don't know. We're thinking too hard about this. Anyways,
It's a
it looks
movie. Sorry.
series.
And Jamila Jamil, we got a brief look at her as Titania. And
Yeah.
fucking hell, man. Can't wait.
Yeah. I can't wait for this. It looks. I know.
Every
nothing-
Resident Evil The Village fan lost their goddamn minds at the end of that scene, at the end of that trailer. Fuck.
And well, because She-Hulk is the original muscle mommy, she invented being a muscle mommy with just a there was a powerful horniness afoot with She-Hulk, and they're sticking to that. She is a muscle bound dummy mommy, and we're living for it.
Yeah. I know. Next, I probably know nothing really about She-Hulk. And I'm totally looking forward to the series. It looks great. I probably. Well, I shouldn't say it's one of the few characters I know very little about, because that is not true. There's tons of characters I know very little about. But she is one of the many characters that I know absolutely next to nothing about. So I'm excited. It looks so good. I'm excited to learn about She-Hulk. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
They don't have to go do research. I don't have to go read comics again.
But as long as we're talking about Marvel television shows, there was another trailer.
Was there?
Yeah. We got Miss Marvel.
Yeah, we got a new Ms. Marvel trailer.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Did you miss this? Oh, buddy.
I didn't miss the new one. I saw the other one.
This is the one that starts out with shots of Captain Marvel's suit in a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see it.
And we really get a good look at her powers, and that it sort of integrates this new power set they've given her, but she also is doing the growing thing, and so it looks like they'll keep to a degree her old powers, but they've just supercharged her, and I'm okay with that. And all the people who are bitching about it, find something else to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that may sound a little hypocritical from us, but shut up.
A little bit. But
Shut your
that's
mouth.
Okay. Yeah, no, she looks great, and I'm excited for that one. I was surprised at this new trailer that we did not talk as much about. It really felt like this. There's an integral part to her character, and that is her, for lack of a better word, Muslimness.
And I knew that's the word you're going to go for, and I'm like, this is what we're going to get,
know.
and I can't find a better word either.
Okay, good. As long as no one else everyone else is just as terrible as me. It's such an integral part to the character, though, and we didn't get that was really downplayed in this trailer. So it gives me a concern, not a heckin' concern, but a concern that they're going to downplay it a little more than I think they should, because it's so integral to the plot.
That is the word.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's a fucking word?
Yes, the quality of being a Muslimness.
Oh, I hate that. I want a better word.
That nobody came up with a better word. Muslimness.
Muslimness feels so hacky.
But that
And I know I'm a fucking comic hack. I know who I am.
would that work for any religion?
What?
I assume so.
Jewishness
Christianness?
No.
Catholicness? There'd be Christianity.
and Catholicism and
But you wouldn't-
Catholicist.
I don't know.
That sounds like a cancer, and I'm here for it.
I think we should start making it a thing.
Catholicist is a cancer. You're welcome.
Muslimosity.
Muslimness. We're going to stick with Muslimness for now. Thank
More
you.
fun word.
Please submit your suggestions in writing to B3E
Nation of
Comments.
Islam. Ooh, no.
No, not Nation of Islam. Definitely not Nation of Islam.
Probably not so much. So yeah, Miss Marvel looks good too.
You could have
does.
picked several wrong answers, and you picked the worst one.
Sure did.
You did. We got fucking a really good. We got two, but we got the most recent one is really good for Thor. Love and Thunder with Korg.
So we see a lot more. There are a couple of images taken straight out of the comics, which I sent you guys one today.
Oh, yeah.
You did. Yeah.
Of them in front of the dead body of a galactic behemoth god, and we got a real good look at Gore the God Butcher.
But we also got a really, really good look now at Natalie Portman's Mighty Thor.
And I do have one gripe.
Okay.
I'm getting kind of sick of the lack of practical effects in Marvel movies. I understand that there are some things that just require CG, like really fancy technical suits, but I don't feel like there was a reason that they had to do a CGI helmet on her. I don't know why they couldn't just put a helmet on her, but it was very clearly CGI.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe hopefully they're going to clean it up.
Yeah, I hope it...
Or help me out, just put a fucking helmet on a Padme.
Speaking of said helmets, so at the very end of that trailer, he's like, oh, Mjolnir, and then it flies away and it goes to her, and he's like, something, and then he's like, Jane, but then all of a sudden, the first scene where he's like, Mjolnir, no helmet, and then Jane, he's like, helmet. I'm like,
these are clearly different scenes that they stitched together to make it interesting and seem connected. But yeah, there's some helmet switcheroos.
Yeah, okay,
But he is wearing a cool helmet too.
Yeah, he is.
First time we're seeing Thor in a Thor helmet, and then we see a lot more of Thor because. Yowza.
Well, I think the entire movie theater is going to do exactly what they do in that trailer. Just pass the fuck out.
Dude is yoked.
Yeah.
He's so big.
He's huge.
Yeah. And he's very
enormous.
naked in one scene, apparently.
Yep.
Yokification of one George Kirk.
Why?
Because.
Jesus Christ. I hate the dude, George Kirk. The mustache drives me nuts. Anyways.
The yokification of Kevin.
Are you talking about George Samuel Kirk, Kirk's older brother?
Yeah.
In Strange New Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks like Justin Hammer's character in fucking Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. Yes. That's, yeah. If they couldn't.
That's a poll.
I don't know if they were trying to really parody that or parody back or anyways.
I don't know what they were.
But Thor, I don't want to get too off track. We're running late.
So it does seem like they're really like acknowledging the godliness of some of the more of the gods, and I think they kind of have to because the Moon Knight certainly buried the lead on all gods being aliens. But
Zeus is definitely in this.
Zeus is definitely in this.
I don't know if we're going to get Hercules,
and
but
so we don't know how that's going to connect to the Eternals. Hopefully, they'll explain that.
Hopefully,
and that.
nope.
We'll
no
talk
way.
about that in a minute when we get to our nerd grabs.
Yeah, and we also get to see Russell Crowe as you get to see more for like a half second more of him as Zeus there.
Yeah.
So and then you pointed out the Moon Knight possible connection.
Yes, because there is an Egyptian goddess in one of the scenes that we did see. So
right.
The cat goddess Towlet, Sekhmet.
I don't know.
Hakmet. Anubis.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I did not study the Egyptian goddess.
Fishy Bob. Anyway, the cat goddess
Yes.
was quickly visible.
Standing right in front of Valkyrie. And
Yes.
that's another thing that I was watching while I was on TV. I was happening to be watching. They call Valkyrie Valkyrie, and she's one of the Valkyries. Doesn't she have a real name?
Well, her wife, girlfriend, whichever she was, the blonde one with the big braid in the flashback scene in Ragnarok, that was Brunhild.
Right.
Valkyrie's real name, I don't know if we have ever gotten.
But then everybody just assumes that her name is Valkyrie. It's not. She was a Valkyrie.
But she's the last one left, so that's just sort of her call sign.
Okay.
Part of me hopes it's Kara.
I like that call sign. It's a call sign. It's like her Maverick call sign.
Exactly.
There we go. I like that. Okay. I can get on board with that. I like that. But yes, everything they show, especially my favorite part with Korg, having the children gather around and telling the story of Thor going from dad bod to god bod, and he's fighting the jet, and it looks absolutely delightful.
There's going
Wonderful.
to be a amazing montage in that film, and it's going to have either an updated version or like a epicified version or some version of an 80s song that they've made a little cooler.
I hope they just play Hearts on Fire like they did in Rocky. Seriously, Hearts on Fire. I mean, it would track with the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks, so it'd be perfectly fine to put it in there.
Live to Win by Paul Stanley would be another good one.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I would enjoy that one a lot. Live to Win.
You got the rush. You got the power.
No.
Holding Out for a Hero would be a good one.
Ooh, that would be a good
Holding
one,
Out for
actually.
a Hero, yeah.
I had a really sweet light design for that song recently. Doing that in a live performance. It's fun. Good song.
I'm not saying that's a bad song. I'm just saying that it is wildly, deeply entrenched in the Transformers movie,
I
which is
understand.
why I don't feel like it would.
Yeah, but they
work.
play at the wrong time. Like, they should have played that song when they put the spark in his chest, not fucking Chip and Numbnuts flying around on their skateboards.
Chip and Numbnuts.
I forget the other. I know the guy's name is Chip. I forget the
Dale.
other.
It's Chip and Dale.
It's Chip and Dale.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when they played that song.
I know.
Yeah.
Chip and Dale.
I think when Rodimus first becomes Rodimus, he's out there driving around. That's when that song is played.
Yeah.
Stupid. No, they should have done it when they put the fucking Allsburger. Anyways, sorry. I'm done. Rant over. Anything else about Thor? Anything else we missed before we get to Nerd Grabs real quick and then get on to our happy ending for Mr. Strange, PhD? No? Cool. Move on to Nerd Grabs.
Did we talk about Avatar?
Yeah, we talked about it.
I don't think we did because the first
trailer.
the trailer released with Doctor Strange.
We talked about
and that's the first time I've seen a trailer in theaters before seeing it on YouTube ever in my life.
We talked
Same.
about the conception photos or set photos they
But,
had. But we didn't have
the
to talk
trailer
about
was super boring. I don't care. And
Yep.
I literally walked out of the trailer so I could pee before the movie.
The movie certainly will exist. I would have cared maybe 10 years ago.
yeah.
They don't care anymore.
It's past time. Like you're right in that no man's land of it's too late to do a sequel, but not enough time has passed where people have redeveloped interest in it.
Right. And the first one, like, okay, they saved their planet. What are they going to do? Have somebody try to kill their planet too? I mean, it's
Yes.
like I can't imagine that the plot would be anything spectacular.
I
and I do love James Cameron movies, but I just don't think this one is. He's hanging his hat on this fucking Avatar bullshit.
James Cameron, I believe, is an amazing. He falls in the same camp for me, anyways, as George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry.
Amazing storytellers.
No. They have a great first idea.
Right.
But practically everything after that is crap, and they should let other people handle their stuff.
Disagree. Terminator 2.
That, I believe, is the exception.
Aliens.
No.
Oh, I love Aliens.
Not Ridley Scott.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Fuck. Shut up.
that's why I said no.
Shut up. Shut up. That's why. You're right. That is Ridley Scott.
I was very confused why you were saying aliens. All right, anyways, but yeah, no. And
Titanic 2.
The ship's revenge.
oh no, there is in fact a Titanic too.
Oh, I'm well aware.
The Titanicing.
The Titanicness of the Titanic.
Yeah, Avatar, don't care. Let's move on.
Yeah. Why did you bring it up?
Because it should be brought up that we don't care. That's important information for our
true.
listeners.
It is true.
But yeah, you can go ahead and say like Terminator 2, but then also George Lucas had Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Right, but he didn't direct those. Ivan Reitman did.
Ivan Reitman did not
Ivan
direct
Reitman.
those.
Who the fuck was I thinking of?
Lawrence Kasdan.
Thank you. Why was I thinking Ivan Reitman?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
He was part of the process, but he was not a director.
Yeah. But like
That's not who directed Empire Strikes Back.
no, Kirshner. Irving Kirshner. Irvin Kirshner. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe
Lawrence
that's
Kasdan helped write.
Irving, Ivan, or we both start with I's.
Yeah, Irvin Kirshner directed Empire. Lawrence Kasdan helped write Empire.
There you go.
And Jedi, I believe. I should know these things. I'm a nerd. Anyways, nerd grabs?
Nerd grabs.
You've got a
Nerd
bag
grabs.
of stuff there.
Please grab a box from the bag.
Oh, this is actually a nerd grab.
Yeah.
Grabbing nerdy stuff out of a bag.
I'm grabbing a nerd.
That's my thumb.
I'm grabbing a nerd.
Just grab a box.
Okay, fine.
It's just one.
I'm trying.
God damn.
There. And I won't even look
Ah.
at it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm going to grab that one.
So these are on sale at GameStop. So they're little mystery minis, which we like on the
Oh yeah,
unboxing.
we like ourselves a mystery.
And so it's for the Eternals, and I don't think there's like a bad one of the bunch. Though I would say the one I would probably want the most is Druig, and he's 1 in 72 chance.
Really?
But I don't.
I would
don't
laugh
think
if
there's really
we all
a
got
bad
the
one.
same
Sprite,
character.
Athena, fucking Ajax. They're all good.
I would laugh if we all got the same character. That'd be fucking hilarious. I'd giggle. Ooh, I feel a couple parts here.
I feel a couple parts here. That's a sentence you said.
That is a sentence I said.
Slow.
I got the creative guy. Yeah, that guy.
I got the.
I
yeah.
forget their names.
He's actually slightly rarer.
Yeah, he is.
The engineer fella.
Yeah.
Fastos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, not very fast.
Oh, I got the bad guy. I got
sure
Crow.
did.
You sure did. Look at you go.
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Well, one of the bad guys, I shouldn't say.
Bobbly head.
'Cause there's
Bobbly
two bad guys.
blah. There you go.
Oh, I got
Cutie.
Cersei. Right, Cersei.
Yeah, Cersei.
Yeah, you got
all right.
Cersei. Love our random collection of nerd stuff.
I didn't realize there were bobbleheads too. That's fun.
They're kind of fun.
Yeah. Although don't lift too much up on the head. It's a nightmare under there.
Yeah, don't lift too much up on the head.
Yeah, don't do that. It's just sage advice. Well, thanks, Kevin.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
It seemed like a fun little thing. I was killing some time at GameStop today and
Yeah. I like these mystery
pre-ordered
boxes.
the new Saints Row game and bought Hired Gun for Xbox because it was super cheap. And even though it doesn't look great, it certainly looks worth $10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. He's like a little crater dude. I can go because I finally have Nerd Grab, kind of, sort of, only because whatever. But I finally got around to painting my my helmet, my X-Wing pilot helmet, to my design.
Looking very cool.
It's
It
looking right.
looks good. Yeah.
The gray's a little darker, a little more green. Bluish.
Yeah, but the stickers you put on are pretty solid.
yeah,
Especially with the weathering.
Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna. I'm not done yet.
Amidst the scrapings.
Sure.
But yeah, it's got the. I got some other ideas. I don't know what I want to do with it, but yeah, I was supposed to pick.
Do you have a belt sander anywhere?
Do I have a belt sander? No, I do not have a belt sander. Why? Why'd you want a belt sander?
I was just gonna say, like, just pick a spot on there to just wear down for a second. And just,
I would rather do that with
I mean,
pan sandpaper.
Yeah, or even like a Dremel with like a really soft. Tip.
oh, sure,
Yeah,
that would work.
I have
too.
one of those. I do one of those too. Hand sandpaper. Yeah, I still gotta weather it up a little bit and dirty it up.
Yeah.
But, it's getting there. It's
Grime it up in the corners a little. I think
a little bit more. Kevin was watching me put these little stripes on the front before we
Nice.
started recording. But
It looks good though.
Yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with it so far. So there we go. My next one will be, I don't know. Who knows?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Good radio there. Or podcasting. Whatever.
Good radio.
Good radio. I think it's my only Nerd Grab. Yep, it is. I had to think for a second. I looked at it. No. Nothing else. Rob?
I went to a Twins game and
Sure
I got
did.
a really fucking ridiculous looking hat.
Very loud.
1990s all the way.
Neon green and pink.
Okay, so I went
matches
to
your
the
hat.
Twins game. I am a baseball fan. Joanna is not.
Yeah, but like you can not be a baseball fan, but like if you go to a game, you're gonna have
You can have some fun
you're
in
gonna
a
have fun.
baseball game no matter what.
Right.
Like if you don't like baseball, that's okay. I guarantee someone with you will absolutely not watch baseball with you.
Yeah, I don't really have to pay attention.
And that's why we went with Joanna and her mom because they don't do baseball, but her uncle and I do, and he's a Detroit Tigers fan. And so we went to the Twins versus Tigers game,
Yeah.
and we won, and I made fun of him. He's in his 70s, and I don't give a shit.
in the ninth.
Yeah, it was a walk-off. Yeah, it was very good. It was a
walk-off
very
run.
good game. I expected extra innings for a little bit there, but they got lucky. Anyways, I went to the clubhouse for all of their merch and jerseys and hats and stuff. And so here's the thing. I don't buy 5950s. I no hate against them. I've never felt that they're my style. However, MLB is doing a collaborative collection with the gum company Big League Chew.
Fun.
Yeah.
They still exist, by the way.
They do.
They do. I was thinking more tiger stripe gum, but
Oh, sure. But they're doing a collaboration with Big League Chew
Sure,
on their new
yeah.
era 5950s. And this particular one is one of the it's inspired by the watermelon.
that's right.
Yes. I don't know how you got that. This one's based on their watermelon flavors
Sure.
of bubblegum, and that's super cool. And they had like 6 different.
Right.
There's 6 main flavors.
Yep.
All got hat colorways.
And
And
I'm not going to pretend I know the nomenclature. 5950 is just a baseball style hat, right?
5950 for new eras. New era hats. 5950s are specifically the flat brimmed.
Okay.
These are the ones that don't have the curve in the brim. You don't.
I wasn't sure if it specified
make
the
it-
flat brim or possibly the fact that it was fitted or what.
Nope. It is.
Can't you curve it?
Yeah, you can, but you don't.
Oh.
Like that.
Yeah,
That's
if
the
you want to
style.
look like a nerd, you don't curve it. I curve every hat.
I curve
Oh,
every
okay,
hat, too.
fine.
If I do a flat brim, I look like an idiot.
I would look like I was trying to be 20 years younger than I really
also
am.
have to take off the nub at the top.
Really?
Oh,
I
really?
can't
that?
stand it.
That?
I can't stand it.
This?
I hate it.
Really?
The
Yep.
nipple?
The
So
nipple.
I take
The
the
hat
pliers
nipple.
and I take it off
Interesting.
on every
Are we fighting?
5950 I own. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I hate it.
Anyways, so 5950 specifically is the flat brim, the ones that come right out of the machine with the flat brim. They're not pre-curved. They're fitted hats, this one is based on a Big League Chew flavor, and they have 6 of them. And I don't want to get all 6, but I do want to get one more. And that's
Grape.
nice. That's a rarity right there.
It's the best flavor of Big League Chew.
Sure.
Fight me.
Except the cotton candy one. I'm kidding. I hate the cotton candy gum. However, the cotton candy hat
Hat is, I bet, adorable.
is like a nice deep blue, bright ass pink, and most importantly, it's got the 80s M logo instead of the TC logo, and that's what I want. Now the grape one does have, or no, that's sour apple. Sour apple,
Oh yeah,
Has-
look at that.
isn't that great?
I love it.
It looks so good.
What did you search?
I cotton candy Big League Chew 5950, and it was the
The very first one.
very first image.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Is that the Minnesota? Yeah.
oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Oh well, it.
Oh, God damn it.
I saw
God damn it.
I saw it.
God damn it. Yeah, but Rob wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one. Yep. And that's the one I want. That's actually the one I want. Now they have the sour apple one with the M logo too, but like that one is the problem with that one is that one is also bright lime green on top,
Sure. Too samey. I get
too
it.
samey. Even though the brims are basically the same on these two.
Now I have to see all the hats.
They're good. They're good. I actually like the original. It's subtle but fun.
The grape one. Yeah, the grape one looks. I don't like the green on it. Ugh.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't like the green on the grape one either.
The original is very baseball-y.
Yeah, it is. It is, but I like it. I like it. It is a little bit New York Yankees in the 1940s,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't like the Twins that they added that gold around their logo. I don't know why. It drives me nuts. I do not like it. I think it looks ugly as fuck.
Slam and strawberry sure is just red.
Yeah, it sure is.
Which that was my favorite flavor.
No, that's fair.
I like the grape and the strawberry, and I especially like buying 2 packs and then mixing it up.
Yeah. So the gold that's around the new. So it probably happened.
That's not for the actual logo. That's just for that.
No, it
hat.
is. No,
it
it is.
isn't.
I would look again, but they've added a gold thing around their logos and their numbers on their jerseys that I cannot stand. I do not like it. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't know why. But yeah, they added it because I think they got rid of the white or kept the white and the gold. But they do have.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes, the gold that's around.
This.
Yes.
Okay.
That gold, but it's on all their jerseys, all their numbers, and everything.
It is for specific games. This is still an alternate logo. This is still the original, which is the borderless.
That
one.
is, yes, correct.
That's still the original. That one, the gold one though, is an alternate that they use far more frequently than they should, I think, and I agree with you. But it is an alternate.
I think it's the pitcher who decides what uniforms they wear. The uniform of the day. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that I guarantee you that's a marketing decision and a marketing decision only.
No, because there was a news story about who chose why, because like it's always different. You know, like you come to two back-to-back home games, they're wearing different uniforms, and you know, I thought there was a news story. I was probably still in college at the time, so early 2000s, where they talked about who it was like a Channel 5 news story about who chose what uniforms, the daily uniforms.
Oh, I apologize. You're absolutely right. The starting pitcher for the team chooses the uniform to be worn at that day's game, so long as it's a game that does not require a special uniform either by team or the request of Major League Baseball. You're right. I apologize.
That's all right. I am right about some things sometimes. It's not often, but it happens.
Yep.
Anyways, anything else for Nerd Grab? Sorry, we're getting carried away with twin stuff. It is a very nice hat, Rob.
Yeah,
and it's very bright.
I encourage you all to go look up the colorways for the Big League Chew series. Frankly, in any team, all the other teams have.
Yep.
The Chicago Cubs, actually, if you're a fan, they've got some of the old Cubby logos on some of their hats. And the little bear cub logos, and I like that one. That looks really that
would be good in the classic look.
I was gonna say I kind of want one of those.
Yeah,
I think it only comes in either the watermelon or the raspberry.
Okay.
Or sorry, not raspberry. Cotton candy one.
Yeah.
So
the raspberry one, you know. So I'm from Cincinnati, so the raspberry one is pretty much every fucking Cincinnati Reds hat ever made.
I am gonna find you a Cincinnati Reds.
So why we do that?
Yeah, I look for that, and we can look at this.
Anything else for Nerd Grabs? Anything else we're forgetting before we move on? Because like I said, we're running.
I'm sure I've got something, but I don't remember right now.
Okay.
I haven't gone yet.
Haven't you? You have not. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's true.
Well, I know you had that big old conversation about baseball.
I'm sorry.
Yet again, Rouse goes on for an eternity.
Weird that we got Eternals. Kevin,
I got a fake jellyfish tank for my
fake
cubicle.
Jellyfish? Oh.
Yeah,
a fake jellyfish.
Yeah, so you put water in it and just like it'll spot it down. They have like these little fake, like I think silicone jellyfish that has like a fan with water.
Sure.
And so it makes them bounce around. And I like jellyfish a lot. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of Metroid, but
probably
that makes sense.
But I would love to get like a real jellyfish tank, but that also feels like ridiculous and cruel. I don't know why.
Pee on yourself if you got stung.
They would be in the tank. I wouldn't like pet them or anything.
Oh. And also, that's a myth.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I did. So I picked that up when I was in Idaho at a little toy store called Mr. Fig Pickle. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Fig Pickle.
You got it.
All right.
That's the one.
All right.
But yeah, it's cute. And then today I picked up the 4-issue series of Superman and the Authority.
Okay.
It's an older Superman in the timeline where he's wearing like a t-shirt and gloves, and he has the gray temples, and Superboy is coming into his own, and Superman starts realizing he's getting a little old, so he tries to put together a crack team, and it looks interesting. I'm excited to read it.
Excellent. Anything else?
Oh, that's what I got.
Yeah. Well, good. Glad we all had nerd stuff this time. I was finally got around to making my little helmet. Finally, had some time. All right. Well, this has been episode 152.
Wait, can I pimp something first?
Absolutely.
So Winter Is You is now coming out Mondays and Thursdays. So we've increased to 2 episodes a week. And we finished the first episode of Lego Star Wars Phantom Menace. And now we're going to be going back and forth, but the next few episodes are going to be we're playing Return of the Obra Dinn.
Yeah.
And it is excellent. We went into this not knowing much and are big fans of this game, so we're excited to play more.
Nice.
And then I think the next time we record, we'll be doing a few episodes of each, just so we can have plenty of content while I get through my surgery. But Mondays and Thursdays, youtube.com/awinnerisU.
Yeah. Check it out.
Can I plug something?
Yes.
I don't actually have anything. I just wanted to know I could. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. No, seriously, this has now been the episode 152. If you want to listen to our happy ending for Mr. Strange PhD and the Multitude of Madness, please stay after and listen to that, or we'll spoil the shit out of it. So if you haven't seen it, don't listen to it. And if so episode 152 brought to you by Heroic Goods and Games and Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
I'm Kevin.
And we will see you next time.
I'm Nick. I'm Rob. I'm Kevin.
Welcome to Best Threesome Ever's Happy Ending, a spoilerific review of whatever movie we just saw, where we discuss all of the things that got us there.
All right, and welcome back to our version of Happy Ending. We're going to spoil the shit out of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So,
look at you.
If you haven't seen it, stop listening. If you have seen it and you want to hear our opinions about it, keep listening. Here we go.
I like
You've been
that
warned.
you said our version of happy endings. That's a nice nod to the film, since it's all about multiverses. That means in a multiverse somewhere else, they're doing a shitty version of happy endings.
It's definitely the other universe that's the shitty version. You got that.
Yep.
That's the one.
No, not that one. The other one.
Okay.
No. The other one. Shit, it's us.
I don't understand why people hate this movie so
I don't
much.
either.
I don't get it.
But I feel like Rob kind of did.
if you know who the director is, and you know that it's just gonna be fucking
and that's
cuckoo crazy.
So I think
And
that's
gotta be
something
it.
to start.
That's got to be it. I think
Um,
people who don't understand Raimi's style or weren't expecting it to be so very Raimi-y probably didn't enjoy it as much.
It took a huge divergence from every other Marvel film we've seen so far.
We should also
because it's Raimi. Yeah.
yeah,
definitely.
we should also mention that Kevin and I saw it together. It was fun. We
Yeah.
had a little bro date. It was fun.
Yeah, I was unable to attend. They got me a ticket and everything, and I'm an ass.
I was not able to refund it. But we did have an empty seat where we didn't have to sit next to somebody, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So from start to finish, this movie was just fucking full of Raiminess.
Oh yeah,
It was like the Spider-Man movies were Raimi-ish, but this one was like, what if I did Evil
Dead.
Yeah. And,
but Benedict Cumberbatch was Bruce Campbell,
right. Although you did
Bruce Campbell was Ted Raimi.
in the last
exactly
episode,
what happened. Oh yeah,
you did make a prediction last one. You said Ash
And
Williams was played by Bruce Campbell.
and I'm gonna go ahead and say that is a partial win because he had all of the characteristics, including the slapstick fight himself.
I wouldn't have given it to you if it wouldn't have been for that end credit.
Yep.
With
Yeah.
the end credit, you get at least partial credit.
I will
Because
give you partial credit as well.
he broke the fourth wall and looked at the screen or looked at the camera and I will take partial credit on that.
Yeah.
Under no circumstances do I believe I deserve full credit, but I think I get a little bit on this one.
So this one starts off with fucking crazy Defender Strange, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, she flies in right away. Like that, it's a full head of steam right at the beginning of the movie.
Right. And right away, and then unexpected, I didn't really expect Wanda to be a bad person.
They did not give us anything
No.
to go off of. This whole time they sold this movie like it was a direct follow-up to Spider-Man, and the actions he did had consequences and all of that stuff, but nope. It was just
Nope, it was straight up Wanda's the bad guy.
and
bad person.
I'm conflicted.
Same.
Now I feel like you mostly were disappointed, but I'm conflicted because now while I'm sad that they did that to one of my favorite Avengers in the MCU.
Yeah.
Because I love Scarlet Witch and I love Wanda and I love Elizabeth Olsen playing Wanda. She's superb. Specifically, the absolute drip of her midair speech. talking
she's
about
going to Kamertage.
yes, talking about
Yeah.
reasonability, like all of her facial cadences,
Mm-hmm.
the way she was talking as a villain, I soaked in. It
Oh, yeah.
was perfect, and
Yeah.
It was full blown purple Magneto text.
she threw down. Elizabeth put everything
Yeah.
into this role.
Yeah.
She's like, if this is how I'm gonna go out, asterisk, I'm gonna go out playing it up as the most divine, like over dramatic, villainess.
Yeah, she went
in the MCU.
She went full Silver Age Marvel villain.
Yeah.
She
it
really
was,
did.
It was glorious. But more importantly, it was full Silver Age Marvel villain, but it wasn't over the top, which that's a needle to thread. Like the 60s Marvel is all about camp, and the fact that she did it without being camp was perfect.
Was Scarlet Witch ever a bad person in the comics?
Absolutely.
Oh my god! Oh, has she sucked in the comics?
I remember she started out as a bad. Didn't she start out as a big bad?
Three words. House of M.
Yep. And I was kind of hoping they would do something with that, and there were like little teeny tiny little nods to it, and But I kind of hoped they would do more, but I believe that my something I had said like 2 years ago now about the first mutant to be in the MCU was going to be in the Doctor Strange sequel as the Illuminati Professor X.
You were exactly right.
Boom, baby! But it wasn't the dickhead Illuminati Professor X.
No.
It was the 1990s animated series Professor X,
Complete
the
with theme.
song. I blew my fucking like Nick and I looked at each other like, are they giving this to us? Do we get this very nice thing?
We were like, are we going to blow our loads together? We're like, yes, we are. Okay.
And then the follow-up.
not an image I
And then the
needed.
follow-up, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that whole scene. I think we were up, down, kept going up and up and up.
Everything from the trailer to the beginning of the movie was red herring after red herring.
It
until
was.
it finally went, haha, this is what it is.
Yep.
And Nick can attest, even as soon as like Wanda, did the burning around her, I was like, no.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad. I will say though, like we have missed out on a very, very important character that was in this movie, the Green Ox. No, I mean America Chavez.
I don't think we've missed out on her. We just haven't gotten to her yet.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten to her. But like,
so
she's so integral to the plot. I can't go further without talking about her.
Like the trailers made it seem like she was going to be there for it, and
sidekicky.
But I mean, she did end up being psychic. But we thought that she was going to be like a later plot point to kind of help fix things.
Yeah.
Because of her powers. But it turns out she was the entire linchpin of the plot.
Yeah.
And
she's delightful.
She is delightful, and we will follow her career with great interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
good. Sorry.
And people on the internet too were like so pissed. They're like, "What with stupid power, like star things and blah." I'm like, "Do you fucking read the comics? Do people know?"
No, they don't.
They don't. And also, I didn't hate that. I liked personally. Knowing very little about the character, I thought that was a lovely piece of pizzazz.
Our first Latina superhero's power is immigration. First of all, Ajax was the first. Second of all, kind of, but also shut up.
But also, first real, like, specific LGBTQIA representation.
Yep.
When it comes to her,
no,
it was like
they didn't.
It was like a little tasty wink, but like her parents for sure.
Well, yeah, her parents, yeah.
But even then, no, that was still the Rob's new toy in the Eternals.
Oh,
Fastos.
That's right. Yeah.
He had a husband and a kid, and that was the first like in your face.
Oh, Nick's new toy.
Yeah. Oh, did I say Rob's?
Yeah, you did.
You did.
You know, do what I mean, not what I say.
You saw where he was pointing. You know what he meant.
All right.
That was long before, and it was
That's
the
true.
actual main character, not just a coy wink. But she did have a very loud pin on. So
Yeah, a loud, obvious, right there pin. And I don't know if you saw some of the writing on her jacket, but in Spanish, some of it said there was one that said "Love is love."
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
I did not notice writing on her jacket. I was too busy paying attention to like the stars and stripes and how fucking America she was.
she's.
But I
very
can only
America.
understand that in her universe, America doesn't suck shit in hell.
Oh, I hope so.
It did look very flowery and pretty, and
Yeah.
like we had our shit together. So.
And that was a fun little trope too.
Well, that wasn't her universe.
Yes, it was. I'm not talking about the one with the rainbows in the sky. I'm talking about the one with all the fucking flowers everywhere.
No, you're right.
Where they saw her actual parents.
With the bee.
Well, but then her
Hi,
parents
Bee.
also had the star emblem on there.
And that's, I think that's probably just a thing of their universe is,
It's
there's
like the Superman logo with a big S.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh, I see.
in my
It means
universe,
hope.
the star means hope. And I feel like I even said something like
I think you might have. I think you might have.
Awesome.
I think it was right. Like I think you like right at the end. You're like, in my universe, the star means hope, or you whispered it to me sometime, or
Yeah,
maybe
I
you're
think
just
so.
whispering to me. I don't know. But the real fun part was when they were falling through all the different universes and all the possibilities of what those universes were. There was a very.
I can't wait for it to come out on streaming and or digital or something so I can go through those universes in slow motion, step by step, because one is theoretically Mustafar, and I want to see if Vader's castle is in it.
Yeah. And there's also like a very Spider-Man 2099. Yeah.
The real future-y one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then there's also a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse one that
where they were
float through,
where they
they're
were cartoons.
Yeah.
And it was specifically cartoony cartoons, but because in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it's very much a 3D with
That's true.
with a style. But in the new trailer, when he's fighting 2099 Spider-Man, they have a flatter, more comic booky style during that fight. So that's what I'm
cool.
thinking they might have gone through is that same gibbity bibbity.
Nice. Yeah.
The paint one was fun.
The paint one was fascinating.
Dinosaur one seemed like it sucked a little.
Yeah.
That's sir. Do not say bad things about the Savage Lands.
yeah.
Yeah. It looked like it probably was a Savage Land. So there you go.
The Savage Lands is technically in Antarctica, though.
Yeah.
It's just super weird.
Universe is universe.
I don't know if we're ever going to get the actual Savage Lands. I hope so. That would be
know.
so much fun.
There's a lot of Easter eggs. But it's so good. And then we got the biggest fucking slap in the face, oh my God, fucking moment ever in the Illuminati. I mean, we should talk about it.
So let's go through the Illuminati. So
Yeah.
they brought back Anson Mount as Black Bolt.
Yeah.
Blackagar, Boltagon.
Nice to meet you, doo-doo. However he said it to him. It was
Yeah.
super funny. Like he pig Latin did. It was really funny. But they redeemed his character quite a bit and gave him some real MCU screen time.
Yeah.
And then we had Captain Carter with her very aggressive S.H.I.E.L.D. intro, but God bless her, she earned it.
Yep.
We have
Maria Rambeau
as
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, because obviously she went up in the ship instead of Danvers.
Instead of Danvers, yeah.
And
dug
we
that.
had Mordo, of course, taking Doctor Strange's spot.
Sorcerer's Supreme spot.
There was no Namor.
Nope.
But as we said, we did get Charles Xavier with his sexy ass 90s.
Oh, God,
X-Men
it was
theme
beautiful.
song. They did not have to give us that gift, but
No, they didn't,
But
but-
God bless them, they did.
Yeah. Down to the touch the head and put the hand out, like everything 90s.
It's even the music is even credited in the.
It is.
As the 97 theme, which
Yeah.
is the new series that's coming out on Disney Plus.
Well, but that's how it's referred to in Disney now, is that it's the 97 X-Men.
Well, because
I mean, because the series is being rebooted or revived.
and that's the
But-
thing is that X-Men started in like 93 to 96. 97 is the sequel. It's where it's continuing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the smartest man alive, Mr. Reed Richards, played by
John Krasinski.
played by Jim Halpert,
Yeah.
with his beautiful beard and his beautiful voice and his absolute sassiness and kind of a little bit of a dick, but I mean, hell, the guy actually made Ultron right. So what are you going to do?
That's fair.
He did.
And then they rightfully put him out like a punk.
I think you mean like a piece of string cheese. I'll never be able to eat it the same way again. But he was perfect.
He was pretty pitch perfect for Dr. Richards.
And I was concerned that, because, it's the multiverse and not everyone is the same in every universe. We've proven that with a few different Spider-Men.
Yep. Yeah.
That he would not be Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. That could be up in the air. But
We'll
I
see.
found out that he took over the directorial spot. He's now directing Fantastic Four.
Is he really?
Bet your sweet ass he's going to be Reed Richards in Fantastic Four.
But also, I'm okay with that because I've also seen the
Quiet
Quiet
Place.
So
Yeah.
he hear me out, man. He can make cosmic horror out of Fantastic Four, and that's the way you fucking do
it'll
it.
Be fucking delicious.
Yeah,
It'll
that's the way you fucking
scrumdiddlyumptious.
do it. Oh God, just bring back Gillian McMahon as Doctor Doom, right?
But yeah,
Right?
so
Anybody? No? Just not me. Cool.
he was beautiful, way better than Tree Doctor Doom from
That's
Fan Four
true.
Stick. So all the Illuminati gets fucking offed
Oh yeah.
brutally, starting with Black again.
I was going to go ahead and say, no. Mr. Fantastic gets killed brutally. Hang on.
No, because he's not even the fucking first one.
I know. Hear me out. Mr. Fantastic gets killed brutally. Captain Carter, brutal. Fucking Captain Marvel, brutal. Even Professor X, brutal. Fucking Black Bolt is murdered in cold goddamn blood in this
watch
movie,
it
and it is the worst.
Close up, and it's horrifying.
It's like all of the deaths in this movie were brutal, except Black Bolt, which I need a therapist for. Good fucking lord!
Yeah.
I was in the theater with our good friend Neela from Fest, Kayla, and Kayla and I got up from the at that scene. There were only two voices that could be heard during that scene, and it was mine and hers. And after the movie, we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, we're gonna need therapy for that one scene. She's like,
And our theater got loud because it was definitely the premiere night. And,
sure.
and when his head blew, everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was the worst thing I've ever.
It was pretty violent for a Marvel movie, to say the least.
I have seen Saw is tamer than that fucking scene.
And I mean, but Sam Raimi, he made the whole thing very creepy and gross. And when she crawls her way out of the gong at Carmitage,
Yeah.
she's the little black-haired girl coming out of the TV in the fucking ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what's her name uses the same thing to fight off Wanda to protect Doctor Strange, or no, fights off the creatures that Doctor Strange grabs in the first Doctor Strange movie, and he doesn't know how to use it.
The pot of Ashy Boy.
Yeah, it looks fucking awesome.
Christine uses the pot of Heavenly Cinder or whatever the fuck it's called.
Sure.
Which is the same one that Doctor Strange grabs in the first one
When he's fighting Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work because he's an idiot.
he doesn't know how to use it, but it's the same one.
But she grabs it and
Knows how to use it.
Because a lot of this movie is something called dream walking, where they
Yeah.
use the red herring of the movie is definitely the black the book,
The Darkhold.
the Darkhold. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie 3 times. You think I remember? And so
it's the
first,
MacGuffin.
she does it to take over her alternate universe self, because the whole point of this movie is she wants her kids back, because they do exist in other universes because you dream about them. Which means that as of a recent dream, there's definitely another universe where I am very pregnant and about to give birth. Anyway.
I've made out with so many women in Camp Snoopy, which still exists as I'm an adult.
Jesus Christ. But then, so our dear friend, Professor Weird, Esquire the Third,
Right.
decides to do it back. Once
Sure does.
Once Wanda escapes and
True
takes over the dead body of Defender Strange, who's still stuck in
616, but not.
Thank you.
616,
I got so annoyed. I'm like, this isn't 616. 616 is the comic universe. This is different shit happening.
Yeah.
It can't be 616. I got mad. Ask him.
Kevin Feige, Figgy Pudding. Our Lord and Savior Figgy Pudding has even said what the actual universe number is, and I think it's 13599 or
It's
something.
something like that.
Yeah.
I got annoyed.
People, and
Yeah.
I think people have gotten confused where they think that they were making reference that the Marvel universe the Marvel Cinematic Universe is 616. But if you watch it's not even a throwaway line, but it kind of is if you're not paying attention. But in Spider-Man with Mysterio, he talks about 616 being a different universe.
He sure
so there's
does.
no way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe can be 616. There's no fucking way. And if you think that, you're dumb.
It's probably one of the few parts of the movie that truly annoyed me.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he was animated.
So he in the Sam Raimiest thing that's ever happened in a Marvel movie, he takes over the dead body of Strange, and that's where we saw from the movie where we thought he was possibly one of the bad guys, but it turns out it was just him.
It was just actually him.
with a cloak made out of basically spirit like dimension protectors.
Yeah.
Which they've.
I'm going to go ahead
which is
and
in
call
Flash
those.
too.
I was going to say I'm going to go ahead and call those his Evil Dead ghosts
My
because they
God.
were the fucking evil. They were the Army of Darkness ghosts
sure
from
were.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
And a lot of those scenes had the raimiest shots.
absolutely.
With the fast close-ups, that's his thing.
Well, the fast close-ups and like the mechanical arms reaching from behind the camera. That's
Yeah.
a Raimi thing. The fast zooms
Because they did that in the Doc Ock origin
Yeah.
scene too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in
damn it,
true Raimi fashion, he also made it funny as fuck.
He did.
He made it quirky. I will give you that. Funny might.
I thought it was funny, but I have
There
a
were
very
a number of comic relief moments that hit well for me.
I would say funny because I have a very dark sense of humor. But I was
Sure.
the entire time I was watching this movie, I'm thinking, how is somebody going to bring their kid to this movie? It's pretty. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I was a young child, I might have. I mean, fuck that. Making reference earlier, Roger Rabbit. Christopher Lloyd's character scared the shit out of me when that movie came out.
Oh, they pushed the PG-13 rating to the absolute limit.
Which I feel like the 2017 Power Rangers did too.
Yeah.
Some of those Rita scenes were scary as shit, and
Yeah.
they cussed a lot.
Yeah,
that's the thing. This had no. There was. I don't believe there was a single.
There was a
couple
shirt.
shits.
There was a couple shits, but I think they were one fuck away from getting a rated R. I mean,
Oh,
literally.
they weren't a fuck away. They were
they were a
another dead body away.
They were away.
Christine's nipple away.
Right. Please, God, yes.
I want to talk about Christine for a second because, boy, I did.
The character bump
Yeah.
in this one.
I didn't like it.
You what?
I didn't like it.
She was bumped like she was useless in the first one. She
That's
showed up
fair.
to do like nothing, and in this one, she was taking out.
She was.
goblins and fucking kicking ass and
Was I
kind
just
of a
annoyed by
sassy
her-
bitch.
I think I might have just been annoyed by her hair.
Yeah, her hair was a little.
It was weird.
The red
it
was weird.
Okay.
Speaking of hair,
Okay, that's what it is then. Okay. Yes, I don't disagree with any of those ideas, and I think the reason I didn't like her was her hair, and that's fucking shallow shit of
is.
me. Sorry.
speaking of hair, my one complaint about this movie.
Professor X had hair.
No.
No, he didn't.
I know.
Wong's hair changed in every single fucking scene.
Sure did.
There was no continuity to his hair.
It's part of his magic.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe, or the reshoots were bad with continuity.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
But the same thing with Doctor Strange's beard.
Yes.
Sometimes it was
that's true.
natural. Sometimes it was painted on.
Yes.
Yep.
And
And when it was painted on, it was very shapely. When it was natural, it was not, and it would change between scenes. and
Yeah.
I was also annoyed by hair in this movie, but
Wong's hair was. Yeah.
So Christine's hair, Wong's hair, Doctor Strange's beard. Okay.
I was also going to say Doctor Strange's hair because that was fucking weird in places. At the wedding, it's this perfect shell on the top of his head. 5 minutes later, it's tousled, and it's just like I was thrown off by his hair multiple times in this movie.
Okay. So all of my gripes are nothing in comparison to what was quite possibly the most amazing wizard fight I've ever seen.
Oh God!
When they pulled out the musical notes,
That was so. And again, saw it with Kayla, a musician. I also am somewhat of a musically inclined human. I won't call myself a musician. I'm not. She can play full songs. I dink around. But like the two of us, with Joanna between us, unfortunately, lost our shit at that scene, and we're just like. And the fact that the score played along with everything that was happening,
like
and
a Fantasia sort of a thing going on.
Yeah.
Nick and I just kept looking at each other flabbergasted, like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
And at first I was kind of like, "What? Come on, this is so wait, no, actually, what? Oh my God, it's fucking amazing."
Erect.
Yes.
I was about to say, visual gag on an audio podcast. I looked over at one point, and Kayla is just sitting there, stroking her imaginary and
Giant cock.
She has an 18-inch imaginary dick. It was amazing, but like just like parts of that scene, she's just like just jerking off her imaginary dick, and it's amazing.
It's it's I cannot believe I got to see so many just wonderful gifts to my eyes and ears.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, the immense hate this is getting, I'm like, we could not have possibly seen the same movie.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
so
I agree.
Can
There were nerdy people that I would not expect them to have been like, "I hate this movie." I'm like, "Wait, did we watch the same movie?" I'm not going to name any names, but his name starts with C and ends in int. Lint.
Clint.
Yes.
I don't know a Clint.
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Amanda's.
Oh.
I'm not like friends with him on Facebook.
I'm also not friends with him on
He
Facebook,
said he
which is
hated the
why
movie.
I'm-
He said he absolutely fucking hated the movie, and I was very surprised because he's very much like us.
Weird.
That's weird. Okay, can I
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
provide my absolutely reasonable gripes with this movie? Because I
Yes.
guarantee they're absolutely reasonable. So I think the movie suffered when it needed to do exposition. That showed very highly in the Illuminati scene. That was poorly paced.
There was, especially with the Illuminati, like that scene was very much a
That was a fan service,
Here.
and it was clumsily done.
and it was a lot of tell don't show,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
especially with like Professor X's stuff. But we got to see him at his absolute Professor Xiest, where
he's
you got
in
to
her-
see like the mind waves and the
But also
he actually-
the two fingers to the temple with the three fingers stretched out. Yeah, like that was amazing. But yeah, I think that scene when they're in the trial of Doctor Strange, essentially, that was slow, and the pacing was not good in that scene. I think this film excelled when it was adoptive father and his adopted daughter go on a road trip,
Yeah.
right.
and it was America and Steven doing stuff together. Like them being a buddy comedy was my favorite part of the film.
A story about a woman and her horse was Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to say something real quick about that your oddness with the pacing. It didn't bother me, and here's why. Because I felt it was, although it was, you're right, it was like a little like clunky. To me, it was like the I'm about to take you off this fucking wild ride cliff jump, and you need to pause just for a moment.
They were punching you in the face with so many new things and information that, like, while it was clunky, you were still trying to come to grips with the fact that you just saw John fucking Krasinski as Reed fucking Richards.
And then all of them get slaughtered.
Yeah, but like that wasn't the only badly paced scene.
Right. And
That's the thing. That's just the one
I
that
agree.
poked out at my head,
Right. And
out of my head in that moment.
And I agree with you. I wanted to get a little different.
Sure.
I can see why you say that, and I completely understand why you say that. For me, it didn't bother me because I felt it was like after seeing what happened after that, you're just kind of like, okay, that was the step before we jumped off the cliff. Got it.
and the part that kind of made me like a little bit that I thought was a little clunky was the memory store.
Yeah.
Yeah, the memory store was a little
Which
clunky.
I think there was a better way they could have done that.
Yeah.
Than this technology that they didn't explain very well.
Right.
Because like she can see what's going on, but can everybody on the street just watch you folding your ex-wife because you miss her? I don't understand.
Yeah.
That I was confused by that.
That scene was weird. And I'll say Wanda's full villain turn in the temple at Wondergoer was a little clunky too.
I disagree there.
It hit the right beat at the end. It nailed the landing when she goes, "This is a throne." Like, that hit the right beat, but everything before that kind of stumbled a little.
There was one thing I wanted, and that was when Wong and she showed up at Wondercore or whatever.
Yeah.
Wondercore?
And that was like she was like, "You couldn't get us any closer," and he was like, and he said, we're not allowed to step foot here, or that kind of a thing. We're not supposed to be here. I kind of wish he would have added something just a little bit sassy, like, plus you're being kind of a dick. So
Right. Like,
here we go.
like a little bit of, and I'm not terribly inclined to help you right now.
Right.
You just killed everyone. So, but yeah, no, like, I think the movie worked best when it was the road trip adventure story of America and Steven. And I think it worked least, and I hate to say it because they were amazing in WandaVision, but I think it worked the least every time the twins showed up.
That ice cream song was fucking torture.
It was
like it was very
horrible.
it was very kids.
It was very kids, and it was cute,
absolutely
and
very like how kids perform for their parents, but
it was
because it was so
cringe. It was
realistic,
full cringe.
every time I because I've seen it 3 times now. Every time I'm just being like, this is not it.
Yeah.
And I understand it's a good emotional moment for Wanda, and it's
I get it, but like,
ice cream like every child should. Stop.
yeah,
Stop it.
Yeah.
These are the children you want?
right, honey, start over.
You can adopt better ones.
Yeah.
Or have sex with someone.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think the movie was clunkiest around the twins.
Absolutely.
Every time. Even that amazing scene where America shows Scarlet
Where they're
Witch
throwing
shoot.
shit at her,
Yeah.
and apparently her stop it was very real.
I've heard.
Because apparently they were just there because Sam was even telling him just chuck it at her, and one pegged her like right in the face, and before she it was just stop it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like that was apparently very real and but yeah, no, that scene was clunky. Every time the boys were on screen, it felt really even. I think I do want you to tuck me in. Shut up! Fucking too precious.
Half powers or shut up.
Yeah, kinda. I really wanted them to have their fucking powers.
I really wanted Boner to be there too.
Well, there's that too.
It's all right. I'll get over it.
But yeah, no, I think the film was strongest when it centered on America and Steven and Christine. And I think actually it suffered a lot with Wanda. And what a bitch move.
And I think every time Wanda was being Wanda, not revolving around the kids, I thought she was incredible.
That's true.
Like she really pulled it out in this, and I every second of her on screen I enjoyed.
But her motivation sucked. And I mean, it didn't suck. It's just the actors playing her motivation sucked.
Sure.
And I also think that was. I think her death. Heavy quotes.
Asterisk.
I think her death was A, predictable, and B, fucking predictably fade to black, because they want to make sure that they hang on to Wanda still, like, because they're gonna. There's no way they could not have killed her that way. Like, even this is a habit I have, and it's terrible, but after the movie, I read through the Wikipedia article. Even Wikipedia says Wanda sacrificed herself and went to her apparent death. Like, even fucking Wikipedia is like, is she?
Because it just seems like such a waste to get rid of her.
It feels like such a down note to end her story on. I think she needs another redemption arc still.
I still want her back on the lunchbox.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. I think a lot of the downer moments of this movie unfortunately revolved around her, and I wish they didn't.
I would also say something like annoyed me a little is that they gave this like apparent backstory of Mordo and Strange having some tete-a-tete after Doctor Strange 1, but we had never seen any of that.
Right. Yeah.
All we get is him kind of explaining that later after they had their Lando Han moment.
Right.
Which that was a Lando Han moment.
Was.
And I even said so in the theater. Even like Landon Hondo, I'm sticking with that.
Yep.
He
double
betrays him.
Yep.
But unlike Bland and Dondo, there's no redemption of Bongo.
Right.
So
somebody in the audience listening on is going to be very confused.
Yeah,
There's
somebody
no
just tuned back in and has no idea what you're saying.
He's just a dick, and he'll always be a dick. And,
Bingo sucked in this movie.
It depresses me
now I'm
because
doing it.
in the first movie he was so genuine.
Yeah.
And his about turn was inevitable.
And his fall from grace in the first movie was realistic. It was understandable.
Yeah.
It followed a necessary pattern.
But my point is that supposedly Mordo went after him,
and like they had more fights after that.
and
Apparently.
we've never seen it or heard of it.
Yeah, it's just off camera somewhere.
Yeah.
I want that.
Maybe we'll
comic
get it
book
somewhere
yeah.
at some place in some movie.
But I did appreciate Chiwetel Ejiofor in this movie with his long ass braids, and I enjoyed him a lot. He was very good. You're right. It was absolutely a Han Lando situation, and I loved him in this movie. He was very good.
Bron Shnando.
Nice.
Final answer.
Bingo bango.
Bingo bango.
All right.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts. Fucking go see this movie. I mean, if you got to. And then if you don't understand who Sam Raimi is, just go watch a couple Sam Raimi movies, like Army of the Dead, and
Army of Darkness.
Sorry,
Evil Dead and
Evil
Evil Dead 2
Thank
and
you.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness and Spider-Man 2, and you're set.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to see Evil Dead, Evil 1. You don't need to see him.
The first Evil Dead is rough. And the
It's
second one is
very-
just a remake with
Less tree rape.
far less tree rape.
Yeah.
And then it just leads into Army of Darkness. So.
Right.
does.
Army of Darkness is perfectly fine to see, and you could probably maybe watch that one with your kids.
I was gonna say if you need a watch list for this movie, Doctor Strange,
WandaVision for sure.
Yeah.
and
Loki
then-
to a degree.
What
no, I don't think you need Loki.
But just to understand some of the multi-dimensional stuff.
And
I
what if?
suppose. I mean, you don't need what if. I don't believe you need what if.
No? Okay.
I understand why some people think
It
so.
certainly helps with like evil Doctor Strange and Captain Carter, but
yes, but then a non-Marvel film you should watch is Drag Me to Hell.
sure, yeah.
Which is a different, like, yes, you should watch Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Not Evil Dead. It did not hold up, unfortunately.
Oh, Charlize Theron.
Oh, shit. We haven't even talked about Clea yet.
So Charlize Theron fucking bumps in
As Clea.
as Clea, who is Dormammu's niece.
Yes.
Yes, but then also later Doctor Strange's wife.
Correct.
Yeah. And she pops in from the dark dimension in the mid-credit scene.
Yep, and takes out her time knife from the good place, and they pop over to Dormammu's dimension.
Sure
Yep.
do. And Doctor Strange has got his Eye of Dormammu on his forehead.
He does,
He sure does.
because of his dark-holdy shenanigans.
Yeah. He made decisions. That's what happened.
Welcome to the MCU, Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great entrance.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Make another Old Guard movie, and come on our podcast.
Agreed.
So yeah, go see this fucking movie.
Yeah,
Go see it.
Yeah, theaters.
I'm going to go ahead and say if you are invested in the Marvel Universe, go see this movie.
Or if you're invested in Sam Raimi.
Yeah, that too, actually. If you like Sam Raimi or if you like the Marvel Universe, especially if you like both.
If you wish New Mutants was supposed to be the spooky movie we were promised instead of being edited to high hell and in its production limbo.
If you want a Marvel horror film, here it is. Yeah. It's
Marvel
great.
horror light.
Because it certainly wasn't.
Oh, no,
New
I
Mutants.
wouldn't call it horror light.
Not with
Black Bolt made sure it was full horror.
fucking spooky Doctor Strange, fucking Wanda coming out of the goddamn gong.
Yeah.
It was. If you got kids, they will be doing a hella spook.
Mr. Fantastic String Cheese. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you. I just more
The sewer system fucking scene.
Yeah,
God,
yeah, the sewer system scene.
where she's lurching around fucking Evil Dead style.
Professor Xavier in the white space.
Yeah, those
Fuck, that's creepy.
those terrible children's performances.
All right.
Doctor.
that was a selling point. Yeah, it's very good. It's Marvel.
It's very much, it's Marvel horror. I would never call this horror light.
Can I go home?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to stop talking. It's a very long episode. All right,
Sorry,
well, hope you
folks.
enjoyed this episode, and we will see you when we see you again.
Classic.
The views held here by the nerds of Best Threesome Ever do not directly reflect the views of nerds everywhere.